KMTI, your sports leader in South Central Utah, now presents Snow College Badger Sports on the radio. This sports broadcast is brought to you by sports-minded sponsors throughout South Central Utah. And now let's get started with live sports play-by-play action on KMTI Radio.
This school year.
And a good evening, everyone, and welcome to Badger football action on KMTI AM 650 and also on Snow Badger TV on youtube.com/Snow Badger TV. Gary Chedester and Greg Sterner with you tonight as the Badgers host Air Force Prep for the first time in 2 years. Last year, the game had to be canceled because of some injuries to the offensive and defensive lines of Air Force Prep. We'll talk about that in the pregame show with head coach Zach Erikson. But the Badgers on a bit of a roll here. They've started the season really well, done what they needed to do in 2 big wins, Greg.
Yeah, absolutely. Doing great things on offense and defense. I'm excited to hear what Coach Erikson has to say in this pregame interview because played a pretty easy schedule so far, let's be honest here, Gary. But they did the things that they needed to do. 56-0 against the Utah Islanders and then 70-0 last week against Community Christian of Detroit. So playing well on both sides of the ball.
And this will be a much more difficult challenge, obviously, with Air Force Prep. Air Force Prep, their first game of the year, so they are healthy. They've got everybody on the roster that they are given on their roster. And again, some of those details will come out in the pregame interview with head coach Zach Erikson. But the Air Force Prep team, very, very disciplined. Sure. I mean, I don't know how else to say it, but they're going to do just a few things, but they're going to do them so well, you've got to be ready for everything. Yeah.
I mean, if you've watched college football at the Division I level for years, you see any of those military academies, Air Force or Navy or Army, and they're going to run the triple option, and they're going to beat you up big time, and they're not going to do a lot of crazy things offensively, but you better be gap sound on defense, or they'll eat you alive.
And I think that extends down to the NJCAA ranks as well, because you've got New Mexico Military that is very, very good team, and they won a national championship not too long ago. And you've got Georgia Military, both those teams on the schedule with Snow College this year. And Georgia Military has already defeated Tyler Community College this season. They played really well in their first couple of games, so very tough.
Yeah. So 3 disciplined teams, fun to watch, and really, if you're a Badger fan and you turned into those first 2 games, it's fun to see guys get their names out there and some backups get in the games. But you're kind of excited for a game, right? You're kind of excited for a game, you know, and we're hoping tonight is one.
One of the big things that I see is people ask, how good are the Badgers? I mean, they're beating up on people, and it's hard to tell in this type of situation. Yeah. Thanks to Ira Bowman, our producer, that's put up this graphic. Badgers ranked number 4, and they might move up because number 1 played number 2, and number 2 beat number 1. But the Badgers averaging 63 points per game, 563 yards per game. I don't know when the last time was that I saw that the Badgers averaged more yards rushing than passing.
Yeah, and a lot more. And that, you know, the 3-headed monster, really 4-headed monster of those running backs that we've talked a lot about. We'll talk a lot about them today during this game as well. Have looked great for the Badgers.
I agree. So let's get to that pregame interview with head coach Zach Erikson. We'll do that. The Snow College pregame show is brought to you by Snow College, your community college. Join Snow on campus to cheer on your favorite teams. And you can also come on campus for the magic of live theater, maybe take in an art show, and connect with friends and family in a vibrant community atmosphere. For more information, visit snow.edu. We'll be back with the interview with head coach Zach Erikson right after this timeout.
This school year will be different.
This year, I'll do my assignments on time.
I will listen to my teacher.
I solemnly swear.
I won't eat any glue.
I'll do my homework every night.
Every night.
Research? No problem.
School, I got this.
This year will be different. Visit Centricom.com to power your education with the best internet experience. Everyone succeeds with School to the Power of Centricom.
We are all part of a team. Whether you are the quiet hero or the newest recruit, the steady anchor or the moral support, your team needs you. At Intermountain Health, San Pete Valley Hospital, we want to be part of your team. partner with us on your health, and continue to be a game changer for your teammates.
At CVMC Medical Clinics, our growing team of physicians and advanced providers are shaping what rural healthcare can be. With an array of specialties available in world-class orthopedic medicine, our footprint is always expanding to ensure our personalized approach is reaching as many as possible. Familiar faces and expert knowledge, all of our locations can offer your family full-spectrum care in one place. Available in Nephi, Santaquin, and Fountain Green. CVMC is the place where healthcare is made personal.
Want to save money on your internet bill? Who doesn't? You now can save big with a new referral program from MTCC. You can now get a $5 monthly credit for each of your friends who sign up for Fiber Fast Internet or MTCC TV for as long as they remain a customer. Get 10 friends and you get a $50 credit every month for as long as they remain a customer. Now that's savings. Visit manta.com/bringafriend or call or text 435-835-2929 for details. Some restrictions apply. MTCC, connecting your life since 1907.
Welcome back to the Snow College pregame show with head coach Zach Erikson. And coach, we talked leading into this last week's game about how it was going to be tougher. And I really do think they were a better team and they had the talent like you talked about, but you guys stepped it up again, and I thought the offense clicked obviously amazingly. I mean, you had no punts in the game whatsoever and really were able to move the ball, and of course the defense is still looking great.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head in that I do think that team was a little bit better than who we played the previous week in the Islanders, but I also think that we were able to make the type of jump you want your team to make from week 1 to week 2. Those first game jitters are out because for most of us, that whole day is the first time they've done that, right? It's the first time that they've gotten up and done, we have them come in at 10 o'clock and they do kind of like an activation workout in the weight room. Then they come back for last look, and then we have pregame meal. And then and that whole process was new for more than 75% of our team in week 1. And I think now that as we've kind of settled into our routine, the guys, it's not new to them. They knew what to expect. We also had a great week of practice leading up to it. We were able to eliminate some things. I think you saw us take a big jump from week 1 to week 2 in pretty much all aspects of the game. We were a lot better in penalties, still had too many. I think we had 6 penalties for 45 yards. Our defense had 0 countable penalties, actually. So if you get rid of the offsetting penalties, right, you throw those out the window, we had 0 penalties on our defense, which I don't know if that's ever happened in my time here. And so it was a lot cleaner game. Our quarterback and receivers starting to mesh and to get on the same page, as well as, the offensive line and those 5 really being able to work together. But huge shout out to our defense. I mean, to play 8 quarters and give up 0 points is also pretty dang awesome. And so I think, yes, they were a better team, but B, I think we also made the big jump that you hope to see your team make from week 1 to week 2.
You and I talked about this before we started the interview. I really liked their quarterback. His athletic ability was off the charts, really, I thought. But your defense just gave him no time whatsoever. I mean, we almost started feeling sorry for him because the defense was so relentless. And you did it a lot of times with rushing just 4.
Yeah. That defensive line is one of the best I've seen, and I have no qualms about saying that. We've had some good defensive lines, but this group collectively, and they're about 8 deep that we can rotate through, they're unbelievable. And, that's a huge shout out to our staff and to Jordan and to Ricky on that side of the ball for recruiting those guys, getting those guys ready to play. And I think that as you see our season progress, those guys will be a focal point of our team, and the success that we have as a team will come a lot from that defensive line, that front 6-7 guys that we have on defense. But they did have, like you said, that quarterback was pretty good. They had probably 3 guys on that team that we saw that gave us, you had to pause a little bit and be like, oh, I hope that guy doesn't get the ball in the open field, because if he does, we could be in trouble, right? And if that quarterback could have broken 1 or 2 tackles here or there, he could have, it could have been trouble. But our defense did a great job, and everybody rallied to the ball. And so I think that's going to be a good test for us, because I don't know if we'll see a quarterback that's that athletic the rest of the year. We'll see better quarterbacks, but I don't think we'll see one that is as athletic, and just a pure athlete as we saw. So good test for our guys, and I thought they did a good job.
One other thing that really stood out to me offensively was how well the ball was distributed through the passing game. I mean, I think it was at halftime we looked at it, and Donnie had thrown to 8 different receivers. I'm not sure on that number, but it was a big number that he had spread the ball around to.
Yeah, I think all 4 of our starting receivers caught singular, if not multiple passes. And then the guys that were in the 2 deep, I know for a fact at least 3 or 4 of them caught it, plus 2 running backs had receptions as well. And so really good ball distribution. Some of that is by design. Some of that is just Donnie getting through his reads and getting the ball to where it needs to go. And so it was good for us to be able to get some of those other guys on tape and see what they can do with the ball in their hand, and see if we can. Are there more guys that need to be playing? Are there more guys that can go out and do some things? Something that a spectator would never see. We actually threw a touchdown pass to a receiver who did the complete wrong thing. And it's kind of one of those things where you're like, we just scored a touchdown. So it's like you're not mad about it, but at the same time, you're like, you weren't even close to doing what you were supposed to be doing on this play. And I won't tell you which one it was, but so there's a lot of things we still had to clean up. But yeah, it was good to see the ball get distributed the way it did, and get some of those guys kind of going and be able to get their confidence up as we go into the rest of the part of the season.
You mentioned that Donnie's getting through his reads, and I know you've always been high on Donnie. He's got amazing tools. He's a good quarterback, but he's really made a jump from last year to this year, I think, in the decisions he's making. I think he only really made one bad decision on Saturday, I thought, and that turned into a pass interference, and we kept the ball. But you're right. He's getting through the reads, and I think some of that is the offensive line giving him time to be able to do it. He's not nervous. He's back there and very composed.
Yeah, I think you hit that nail on the head. Donnie feels very comfortable because of how good our offensive line is. And so it's, right, and then the offensive line feels comfortable because they know Donnie's going to do what he's supposed to do. So it's kind of a full circle deal where, kind of like we talked about the defense, our offensive line, again, may be as good as I've ever seen, and that allows everybody else to be better. And, your quarterback can feel comfortable in the pocket. Your running backs know there's going to be holes. Your receivers know it's their job to get open because we're going to have time to get them the ball. All of it is all-encompassing. And it's been good to see, with Donnie kind of coming in late into camp, it's been good to see him take a big jump from week 1 to week 2. Because that's something we're going to need, because he's playing with pretty much all new receivers, with the 2 guys played with him last year, and that's it. Everybody else is new. And so getting those guys all on the same page is going to be hugely important for our success as we go throughout the season. And to be able to have the confidence in, as a coach, have the confidence in, again, the offensive line, now we can call anything. The entire playbook is open for us, which then allows Donnie to be able to do the things he needs to do, which allows our running backs to be able to, shine the way I think they will as we go throughout the season. And I just think it all begins up front with those 5-6 guys on the offensive line that allow the rest of that machine that is our offense to work the way it's working.
All right, Coach. Well, congratulations on that win, 2-0 to start the season. And we've mentioned this week 1, week 2. It just gets tougher and tougher as we go along. You've got Air Force prep coming in this week. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll talk specifically about that game. And we'll do that when we continue on the Snow College pregame show right after this timeout.
I thought there was only one way to do college. I knew I needed training to set me up for a great career, but I didn't have 4 years. Snow helped me discover that college doesn't have to be about sitting in classes, counting down the hours. They showed me a way to get the edge I needed, and fast. The best part was with their low-cost programs and tuition assistance, I didn't have to go into debt. I was able to earn my certificate and start working right away. Snow College. This is college.
In the days of the mountain men, Cache Valley, Utah became a central gathering place for trappers and explorers. They named it Cache because it was there they would store their goods and come together to trade and connect. This spirit of community continues today at Cache Valley Bank with locations and services throughout Utah, including 3 branches right here in San Pete County. They are Central Utah's financial outfitter. No matter your mountain, they want to see you reach the top. Cache Valley and Central Utah are rooted in grand expeditions. Let's keep that heritage alive together. Discover Cache Valley Bank. Mountains await. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
San Pete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. San Pete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. San Pete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
Visits to the dentist cause great anxiety and fear in some people, further jeopardizing oral and overall health. This is Dr. Douglas. We not only deliver optimal dental care, we make you comfortable while we do it.
Douglas Dentistry's patients love listening to music or watching a movie during treatment. Some patients prefer nitrous oxide or laughing gas or conscious sedation.
Call Douglas Dentistry today, 283-3800. That's 283-3800. Find us on Facebook or click on douglasdentistryephrem.com.
Welcome back to the Snow College pregame show. A reminder that you can get a full selection of online courses. For more information about online courses and Snow College activities, visit snow.edu. Coach, Air Force prep this week. I asked you on the postgame last week, and you're saying triple option. And I still remember the game that we played over there. You brought up that it was a COVID year, but they came out passing, which shocked me anyway. But can you count on them doing what you think they're going to do?
Yeah, I do. I think for sure that we're going to see what we expect to see in triple option out of them. We're their first game this year, which is, with Air Force prep, it's kind of interesting the way that they do it, right? Because 95% of the guys that are going to play in this game have spent the last 6 weeks going through a Division I fall camp, right, with the academy. And so their level of discipline and their level of execution is going to be really high. And where we're playing them first, they're completely healthy. Because I think they only get 55 guys for their program. And so if you play them a game or two in, 3 games in, sometimes they're a little beat up. Sometimes they don't necessarily have their best players, but we're getting them week 1 fresh out of, Division I fall camp. And so we're expecting this to be the best Air Force team we've seen in a long time. So we're fully expecting them because, while the coaching staffs are different, but we have watched Air Force Academy's game from last week, and it's the same thing that they've been doing. And so we just know, it's going to take a lot of discipline out of us this week to do our jobs, to play a team that is smart and tough and physical, something that maybe necessarily we haven't seen in these first 2 games. It's going to be a completely different, offensive and defensive attack coming at us, and then we have to attack them completely different as what we've done in the past. We talked about in the first segment about how good our defensive line is. Up to this point, they've been able to pass rush and they've been able to do all those things. This week, it's totally different for them. They're not worried about getting into the backfield. They're worried about tackling their keys and having good eyes and knowing where the ball is and all that type of stuff, because we can't simulate in practice how fast teams that run triple option. And so we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, no, we fully expect them to come down and play triple option, and slow the game down like they like to do, and get into a slugfest. And so we'll see how we handle that.
So anybody listening to that might be saying, well, if they later on they're a different team and maybe a little banged up, why don't you play them later on? But last year we had them scheduled later on, and they were so banged up they couldn't even field the team.
Correct, and that was we went back and forth with them last year. They tried to fulfill their obligation to come play, but he, Tuesday of game week, we're on the phone and he says, "Listen, I have 22 healthy guys. Yes, I could put 11 starters on offense and defense." He says, "But if I get one injury on my offensive line or one injury on my defensive line, we literally would have to call the game because I don't have anybody else." And so, so they did. They ended up not coming. And so when we were scheduling this year's game, that was the key. Let's get them early so that they are healthy, so that they can come down and play. And I would much rather face an opponent at full strength anyways, than having them beat up a little bit. So,
and you guys are ready for a test now. I mean, you've had two tune-up games. You've gotten better. We talked about that, the big jump from week 1 to week 2. You guys are ready for some real good competition here.
Yeah, we as a coaching staff, we definitely need it. We having to. And I wouldn't say our guys need a ton of motivating. They're pretty self-motivated, this group, which has been amazing. But to keep those guys up and working the way we need them to work over the course of the last couple weeks, when you're winning that way, sometimes guys get complacent. So it's been really good to now flip the focus to look at what these guys are capable of. And if we aren't disciplined in everything that we do in all 3 phases of the game, this team could come in and beat us. Should they? No. But they absolutely are capable of coming in and beating us. Would the teams we played the last 2 weeks beat us? I mean, without sounding overly confident, right? 10 out of 10 times those guys aren't going to beat us. Right. If we don't play our best game against Air Force, they can come in and beat us. And so it's been really good for us to be able to have a whole new focus this week of, understanding assignment sound football, and that we have to play our best game and be assignment sound in order for us to be able to win on Saturday.
So it is a real change. Like you said, it's disciplined football. It's making sure that you have your assignments. It's not necessarily, like you said, pin your ears back and go after the quarterback, which we've been able to do the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, and it's on both sides of the ball as well. We've been able to, I don't want to say get away with, but if we missed getting to a second level on an inside zone play, our running backs were good enough to maybe make that guy miss and bust a 70-yard run. That type of stuff, I don't see that happening. Not that we can't bust 70-yard runs, but that their second and third levels are much better and much more disciplined with their assignments and with their jobs. And so we're going to have to, on both sides of the ball, we're going to have to execute better than we've executed in the past 2 weeks in order to be able to continue our trend of getting better, right? We look at what we've done in week 1 to week 2. In order for us to look back, on Sunday and say, okay, did we accomplish what we needed to accomplish in getting better this week? It's going to be a big jump in assignment sound football to make sure that we've done our jobs, we've read our keys, we've executed the way we needed to, and we'll be able to, it'll show up very quickly, A, during the game, and then B, on the tape, if we were able to do that.
Sounds like you just gave me the 3 keys for a Badger victory this week.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's what we're going to need to do. And if we do, right, we should be able to win because physically we are more talented, right? And that's you watch Air Force, play in the Mountain West. Right. Pretty much 9 out of their 11 games, they're going to be less talented than every team that they play, but they win 10 games. And so we know that, and we're aware of that these guys, they practice so well and they play so hard. one of the comments I made to our team yesterday was, hey, listen, these guys, yeah, they love playing football, but these guys are going to be in a jet fighting in wars in 2, 3, 4, 5 years, right? Like they have perspective. They understand what it is that they're trying to do. And so you take that into account, the type of men that we're playing and the character that they have and the discipline that they have. We definitely got to be on our A game to be able to come out and do what we expect and what we need our guys to do.
All right, Coach. We'll talk to you at the end of the first half and see if we're on track for the Badger win.
Great. Sounds good. Thanks, Gary.
All right, we'll be back with more on the pregame show right after this timeout.
Little Caesars of Ephraim and Nephi have expanded to a third location in Gunnison, inside Gunnison Sinclair. Hours Monday to Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Come enjoy classics like crazy bread, cheese, pepperoni, and 3-meat treat pizzas. Little Caesars also offers wings, dip, soda, and an awesome family meal deal, including 2 liters of soda, pepperoni or cheese pizza, and a crazy combo for just $9.99. Come enjoy one of the best deals in America. Little Caesars, Ephraim, Nephi, and Gunnison.
Doesn't that sound relaxing? At Risk Managers, we want to help you always feel that relaxed. So when you hear this, or this, or this, you know that you're protected. Peace of mind insurance solutions for individuals and businesses, so that you can always sit back and enjoy your drink.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business, including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim, 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
If you've ever ridden an ATV, you know how much fun they are. They're helpful for small jobs, too. Our credit union is your first stop for an ATV loan. Since we're member-owned and not-for-profit, it's a smart stop to make.
Utah Heritage Credit Union, your local credit union, federally insured by NCUA. Online at utahheritagecu.org.
Welcome back to the Snow College pregame show. You can experience the magic of live theater, take in an art show, and also connect with friends and family in a vibrant community atmosphere here at Snow College. Dive into the action and make unforgettable memories today. Visit snow.edu for more information. Gary Chedester and Greg Sterner with you, and we're ready for kickoff coming up here shortly. Are you fired up, Greg?
We've been asked that question already. Yes.
Local celebrity D. Bob Bailey. And actually, he's more than a local celebrity. He had an ESPN story about him when they were in Hawaii.
That's right.
He helped out a lot with the University of Hawaii.
He keeps the student section fired up, and if you're not, he's going to call you out.
So we're having the coin toss right now, and the Badgers will receive to start this game, and they will defend the north goal. And so it will be Air Force Prep that will start. Let's quickly run down the top 5 for you in the NJCAA polls. Iowa Western is at number 1, Hutch at number 2, Hutchinson Community College, I should say, Kilgore College, Snow College, and Trinity Valley. Now, Hutch defeated Iowa Western. I still would keep Iowa Western in the top 5 if it were me voting. It's not, obviously, but they went for 2 late in the game to win it, and they didn't make it, so they lost by 1. Same thing that happened to the Badgers on the road in a playoff game at Iowa Western. Went for 2 and didn't get it.
If I was a voter, I would have them 1-2 still.
Right, flip it.
I would just flip it. I would. Even with 1 loss, I would. Yep.
And I agree. I agree with that. Now, Trinity Valley at number 5, they ended up with a loss. So they're probably going to drop down a little bit. Well, let's go ahead and round out the top 10. We have a minute here. Mississippi Gulf Coast is at number 6. Navarro at number 7. Iowa Central at number 8. Copia Lincoln Community College, that's a Mississippi school, at 9. And East Mississippi is at 10, and they are 0-1 right now in the NJCAA. So some of the games of note. Garden City leads Dodge 21-0. Monroe leads Sussex County 21-6. The Badgers will play both of those teams before the season is done. Independence leads Northeastern Oklahoma 3-0. How about Lackawanna 24, Lewisburg 7. Lackawanna will be the next foe for the Badgers. Coffeyville, Scranton, PA, that's right. Home of Dunder Mifflin.
That's right.
Coffeyville 37, Cisco 19, Butler 66, Ellsworth nothing. And the Hutch and Iowa Western game was 38-37.
Wow.
So those are some other scores for you as we're still getting set here for the kickoff. And the Badgers in their orange tops, white pants, helmet with the Badger on one side and snow lettering on the other side. And again, they will receive the opening kickoff.
I love Coach Erikson's candor with you on these pregame shows. He doesn't, like, he'll say things that a lot of coaches won't say, and I like that about him. That he says, look, these first 2 games that we've played, we didn't need to play our best necessarily to win those games. 10 out of 10, I think, is what he said. We're going to win those games. And this one, they do need to play. They need to play some of their best ball, and this one will show you a lot more about what the Badgers are this year and going on next week. I mean, it just gets tougher as it goes on with Lackawanna, then Butler, and Iowa Western. I mean, the next few games after this one are going to be fun.
And what was said in the very first pregame that we had, the Badgers are playing the toughest schedule that they can.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's teams that will say yes. And you, yes, could you get a tougher schedule? Yes. But there's a lot of teams that will not play.
Yeah.
Short kick is going to be fielded on the bounce by Shandon King to the 20-25. Huge hole. Good block. Caught from behind as he gets out to about the 47-yard line. But a nice return by Shandon King.
And we've seen that before to open a game. The first game of the season, Shandon King took the kickoff return back for a touchdown. Got a lot of wheels. Good job there by Air Force Prep. Number 37, Jackson Gomez, coming from behind to catch the speedster, Shandon King.
And I don't know that Shandon saw him.
Yeah. But I think he thought he had some green grass in front of him. Yeah.
That would have got my heart pumping.
Yeah.
Reggie Frischnick will go split wide to the left. And DJ Overstreet in the slot to the left. Donnie Smith, the quarterback, has A.J. Tillman in the backfield with him. Looks to the sidelines now. Maybe changing the call, going with an audible. Play action. Pass is going to be out in the flats to the tight end, Eggett. Eggett picks up maybe 2 yards as he gets to midfield. Good stop out there by the defensive back, Tyson McCrary.
Quick open field tackle there by McCrary. Good job by him. Don't let Eggett get ahead of steam there. He's a big kid. Got some size over the defender. But good open field tackle for Air Force to start this one.
Badgers now bring the tight end in tight. Hand off to Tillman. Tillman has a hole. Tillman breaks a tackle. Tillman has got the first down as he gets to, wow, now they move it back. Right at the sticks, but they are going to move it.
Still enough for a first down. Looked like he might have been ahead a little bit there. You saw those 2 pulling linemen, and then A.J. Tillman just goes up that hole that they create. Great play design there for the Badgers.
Riker Keel is the center right in the middle of that offensive line for the Snow College Badgers. Nate Weifinkel, one of the team captains, on the right side. Quick pass to the flats. That's going to be A.J. Tillman. Flag on the play. Tillman's going to pick up maybe 5 on the pass catch. We'll see what the penalty is. If I was a betting man, I'm going to go illegal procedure or illegal formation. We've had so many of those.
Yeah.
And that's something that the officials are cracking down on apparently this year at the NCAA level and the NJ, and apparently the pros too.
NFL, if you watch that Thursday night game.
Okay. Well, they're going to say illegal man downfield. Tight end was covered up by the wide receiver, so in essence, it turns him into a blocker, and he can't go down.
Yeah, you got to stay in the slot if you're not on the end of the line. Yeah.
So that's going to be a 5-yard penalty against the Badgers. Back to the 47-yard line of the Air Force Prep Huskies.
Pretty good play there on first down, though, to get A.J. Tillman 5 or 6 yards before the penalty, obviously.
So now they put Eggett in the slot. Back to passes Smith. Smith's going to go deep. He's got a man out there with the step, and it's broken up at the last second. Great defensive effort out there by Mason Walsh, I believe, who really covered some ground at the last second and got a hand on it.
Reggie Frischnick had a step on the defender that time and just had to slow down just a half a step there to allow the Husky defender to get in there and knock that one away. Otherwise, he would have had another catch for probably another touchdown there. 3 catches on the year for Reggie Frischnick. 100% on touchdowns on those catches. 3 for 3.
So it'll bring up 2nd and 15. Same formation for the Badgers. 2 wideouts wide to the left. King wide to the right. Handoff is going to go to Tillman. Tillman trying to get to the corner. Not much there. The Huskies do a good job of coming up and stopping that and stretching it out to the sidelines. A gain of 4. It'll be 3rd and 11.
Big number 4 for Air Force Prep, Lamont Burton. And also number 8, Jalen Archibald, coming up and making the stop on A.J. Tillman. Drove him out of bounds. He stayed on his feet, but did go out of bounds, so it's going to bring up 3rd and long.
Badgers have brought in Nigel Jr. in the slot to the left. Badgers go with an empty backfield and 5 wide receivers. Shandon King and Eggett on the near side. DJ Overstreet and Jr. on the slot to the left, and Reggie Frischnick. Quick pass, got a man in the flats. Is it enough for the first down? I don't think he got it, but this is probably going to be 4-down territory.
Very close there. Let's see where they mark.
Oh,
they are moving
give it to him.
Okay,
wow.
Good pitch and catch there from Donnie Smith to Eggett. Eggett, a couple of touchdowns in that very first game. Won our player of the game, if I remember right, in that one.
Yes, he did. And I'm still a little hurt that you didn't offer to chip in on the pizza for the whole offensive line after you volunteered that.
To be very honest with you, I was going to bring that up with you on Friday when you came into my office, and I totally forgot till right this moment. Did you guys really buy them? Tell me after this play.
Back to pass. Donnie, pump fake, goes to the end zone, got a man out there. Touchdown, Snow College. Shandon King on the 32-yard touchdown pass catch.
Looked like Shandon King just kind of faked to the inside, a little bit of a post route, and then ran to the corner. And Donnie Smith put it right on him. That would have been tough to defend there. You got to cut off the inside from Shandon King and his speed. Instead, he goes to the outside, and Donnie Smith puts it on him right as he makes that break to the outside.
Smith to King, 32-yard touchdown pass to get the Badgers on the board first here. And the extra point coming up here from Keaton Rosequist and North Sevier.
Another local kid.
Yeah, I apologize we didn't mention that in the first 2 games, but nice to have a North Sevier player on this team, and he's perfect on extra points. Badgers lead at 7-0. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this 30-second timeout.
I'm Dr. Brandon Beck, and I'm one of the general surgeons at Central Valley Medical Center. One of the best parts of my job as a general surgeon is to interact with a wide variety of people. And many of those people have experienced chronic conditions or painful things for many years. And there is nothing better than helping them to work through those conditions and to have an improved quality of life. I'm happy to be back in Utah at Central Valley Medical Center serving the people in our community.
Welcome back to Robert L. Stoddard Field and Terry Foote Stadium. Gary Chedester and Greg Sterner with you as the Badgers get into the Mountain America Credit Union end zone and get the first points on the board. Also pick up a Douglas Dentistry first down along the way. And the Badgers set to kick off here.
That Badger fight song, well, I'll tell you after this play. How's that?
Low line drive kick is going to be, barely
just
get into the end zone. And that is going to bring it out to the 25-yard line. Was that Cole Mickle that kicked it?
He was hustling down there, but it wasn't him that kicked it right here. Yeah. Cole Mickle's coming off right here, 97, but that's 87.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Ethan Mann.
What I was going to say is
Ethan
that
Mann.
the band here playing that, I don't know, fight song, school song, I don't know what it's called. Is that the fight song that they play?
Yeah.
That would be the 19th time, Gary, they've sang it. They've played that now. So we're quite used to that song so far in 3 home games.
Well, and I was going to say the offense has proved that they're still on track.
Yeah. So far in this game, 2.5 minutes into it, you bet.
So 1st and 10 for the Huskies. Handoff and immediately taken down. Who is the first player there?
That was Tavita Tua.
Tavita Tua, who is one of the team captains, comes right through and makes the stop. That's going to be a loss of 2. Actually, just a loss of 1. But never able to get any momentum going.
So if you've ever watched any
Air Force
game, you've got to be gap sound, and you're going to talk about gap sound constantly. Tavita Tua that time they'll do that dive play constantly, and then they'll pull it out of the dive back and go to the outside. So we'll see if Snow's able to stay gap sound.
A lot of movement again. Handoff. Nope, there's the pitch, as you just mentioned.
Yeah.
And he's got the corner to the 27 and then wrestled down. Nice open field tackle out there by B.J. Inman, a guy that we called his name a lot last week.
Yeah, B.J. did a good job to get out there, but that's exactly what they do right there. The Air Force, the quarterback will put it into the dive man's belly, and you have to stay on that dive man, because if you slack off of that, try to go to the outside, they'll just kill you right up the middle. Now, Snow's defensive line, I don't think will allow that too much. Those 4 on the defensive line will probably be able to dominate this game. But if you cheat inside when they do that, they'll take it around the outside like they just did for, what, they get 5 or 6 yards on that play.
I'm going to give them 5. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6.
Yeah.
And you might think pass, but you cannot. And there's the pitch. Quick outside and back to the line of scrimmage, gain of 2. So good job by the Badger defense to come up with the stop. And I'm trying to see who. Yeah, I'm going to give the tackle that time to Solomoni Lange.
Yeah, Solomoni Lange. Tavita Tua was there as well, just right behind Solomoni. Solomoni's a guy we've called his name a lot in these first couple of games.
Junior Kafusi is another one. Micah Madry. And Jesse Wilson. Oh, the punt is bobbled, and the Badgers are there to swallow him up.
Matyra Brown there, number 45, linebacker, is able to jump on the punter. He tried to pick that one up after he bobbled it, and Brown was able to take him down. Great field position for the Badgers.
Wow, things are just really continue to cruise for the Badgers here. They're going to mark it at the 19-yard line. So the Badgers get it at the Air Force Prep 19. Great field position.
Talked about Donnie Smith and how efficient he was in that last game. Another kind of stat that he's been efficient at. He has 23 completions coming into the game. Of those 23, 7 went for touchdowns.
Wow. We talked about, his being more efficient, and I think he's been able to do that. Badgers might have to burn a timeout here. 4-3 on the play clock. Now they get set, and they get the handoff to, is that going to be Patterson? Patterson maybe picks up a yard, and that is about all. So Patterson on the second possession here. That's kind of been the way that they've run this. Patterson gets number 2, and back to A.J. Tillman.
Yeah, he got the first play of the second drive, but A.J. came back in here.
Oh, yeah. A.J. back in quickly.
But they have been doing that. You're right. They've been just running back by committee.
Yeah.
Platooning, if you will.
And who's got the best numbers?
Number 4.
Yeah. Well, the fourth string.
Fourth string, yeah. Laufu.
Laufu.
I couldn't think of his name.
I couldn't either. I had to
Isaiah
look
Laufu.
Second down. Smith back to pass. Going to go to the end zone. Corner route. DJ Overstreet almost connect up with it. Late flag comes in.
Yeah,
is it going to be holding? Yep, there it is. Holding on the Air Force Huskies. Air Force Prep Huskies.
Looked very similar to that last touchdown that Donnie Smith threw to Shandon King. Just that post corner route to the corner of the end zone.
So the Badgers get the first down here. So if I forget, please remember it's Air Force Prep. The Badgers did play Air Force JV.
Yeah. That used to be a thing.
That used to be a thing.
BYU would have a JV team that would play snow and Air Force JV, but
we quit playing the Air Force JV because we never knew what we would get. Sometimes you got juniors, and sometimes you even got seniors that just didn't have any playing time.
Oh, wow.
Which made it very difficult to play with freshmen and sophomores.
Huh.
In fact, I think the last time they played Air Force JV was the snow game, literal snow game, in 97.
Okay.
Donnie Smith back to pass, quick pass. Out in the flats, going to be Eggett, Eggett makes the catch inside the 5-yard line. So that's going to bring up 2nd and goal from the 2.
Another one of those good fights there. Eggett just fighting for that goal line, couple yards short here.
Matt Wilson in the backfield. He's got it, trying to get to the corner, lowers the shoulder. Nice defensive effort out there. They get in. Wow, a good second effort by Wilson.
Yeah, good blocking on the outside by the receivers for the Badgers, and then Wilson able to use his speed at the first to get the edge, and then when he starts going upfield, had to use the power in the second effort to get into the corner of the end zone.
So Matt Wilson gets into the Mountain America Credit Union end zone. Mountain America Credit Union is guiding you forward with affordable financial services and expert advice. Details are available at macu.com. Badgers look like they're going to go for 2 here. That's interesting call. Oh, he missed, Rosequist missed the first extra point. I thought it was good. That's why they're going for 2. Man in motion. Badgers delay handoff straight ahead into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good by Matt Wilson. And the Badgers now lead it 14-0. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this.
I thought there was only one way to do college. I knew I needed training to set me up for a great career, but I didn't have 4 years. Snow helped me discover that college doesn't have to be about sitting in classes, counting down the hours. They showed me a way to get the edge I needed, and fast. The best part was with their low-cost programs and tuition assistance, I didn't have to go into debt. I was able to earn my certificate and start working right away. Snow College. This is college.
And welcome back as we're set for the kickoff. This one, a high, short kick, is going to be fielded at about the 17-yard line. To the 20, 25, hit hard, and stopped short of the 30. Late whistle, but finally blows the whistle and take it down there. Boy, I missed that extra point. Not good.
Yeah, me too.
I took it for granted that Rosequist had made it.
Well, and you said he was perfect on the year from North Sevier and all of that. So it's kind of funny. Yeah, we both missed that. But, yeah, 14-0 now for the Badgers. And a big hit there on that return there. I missed the number. It might have been, did I see 33 maybe, Antonio Abram out there?
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 for the Prep on their second possession of the game, starting at the 29. After their first drive started at the 25. Here comes the option. New quarterback in there. Forced to bubble back and finally getting back close to the line of scrimmage. New quarterback out there for the Prep is Josiah Bushnell.
You can tell he's got some speed. We'll see if he's able to. I couldn't tell if that was a triple option that time, if he had a running back out there that he could have pitched to. He obviously took it all the way to the sideline, so it wasn't that wasn't his idea, but couldn't tell if there was one out there. We'll have to see if they run that same offense here, the triple option, with him. Kind of that wing T look, isn't it?
Yep. Bushnell at quarterback, 2nd and 13, so he lost 3 on it. Handoff straight ahead to the first man through. On the carry is going to be Mason Walsh, and Walsh is going to pick up about 8 yards. It looks like he's going to be out over the 30 to the 33-yard line.
Nice dive play that time. Good decision by the quarterback to leave it in his belly, let him take that one. One thing you'll notice also with a triple option team is the quarterback will get smacked because they carry out those fakes. And if you're a defensive lineman, you're told you hit that quarterback if he's carrying out that fake.
It looks like Bushnell's a little bit quicker and running the option just a little bit quicker than the previous quarterback. Now they break out of that wing T formation. 2 wide out, split wide to the left, 1 to the right. A single setback on 3rd and long. Bushnell back to pass. Under some pressure. Gets out of the pocket. Buys time. Goes downfield. Got a man open. There's the first down as the pass is caught by Isaac Thomas.
Titan Saxton coming up from his safety position to take down the receiver, but a nice play. Good job there by Bushnell to get out of the grasp of the Badgers and then roll out and use his speed. I don't think he could have ran for that first down, so a nice little toss to his receiver for the first down.
And again, buying time, as you mentioned, getting out of the pocket and finding the crossing man underneath. 1st and 10. First down for the Huskies. Air Force prep with the ball at the 42-yard line. 1st and 10. Back to the wing T formation. A single wide out, split wide to the right. Man in motion. There's the handoff to the dive man. Breaks a tackle. They had him wrapped up, and he breaks loose, and he's got the first down and more into Badger territory. That looked like it was going to be a huge loss, and then all of a sudden breaking loose was Mason Walsh.
Jordan Pulau is not going to be happy with that. What did Zach Erikson say on our post-game show last week when we asked about this game? Stop the dive, stop the dive, stop the dive. He said it just like that, and there's been 2 plays now where they've big positive yards on dive plays. Really when probably the Badgers should have stopped it in the backfield.
Yeah, that should have been a loss for 3, but credit Walsh with a great second effort to break out of the grasp and then pick up the first down. Huskies at the 45-yard line of Snow College. First time into Badger territory here. Trailing 14-0 as we check that Mountain America, or the Central Valley, Utah Heritage Credit Union scoreboard.
Thank you.
I got it eventually.
That dive is stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Did exactly what they were supposed to do. Did the Badger defensive line and hit the running back right as he takes that into his stomach.
As I'm stuttering and stammering and can't remember Utah Heritage Credit Union.
There's a lot of ads for a play-by-play guy in these games.
14-0 Snow College.
Great job, Gary.
And it'll be 2nd and 10. Absolutely no gain on that dive, as you mentioned. Thanks for covering for me there.
Thanks for getting Utah Heritage.
4 down lineman for the Badgers. 2nd down and 10 at the 45-yard line. Handoff, dive, fumble, ball loose on the ground. I thought the Badgers had it, but then it bounced away. We'll have to wait and see. The Badgers sure think they've got it. And they do. Wow.
Yeah, a promising drive for the Huskies. Just that dive play again, and the ball gets knocked out, and the Badgers are Johnny on the spot there, looking to go up 3 scores here.
So the Badgers will have it at their own 42. So, Greg, let me ask you. We talked about that dive and the quarterback pulling it out. That's one of the challenges, isn't it? I mean, if you're a running back, you've got to secure it, but you can't secure it too much because the quarterback might want to pull it out, and that's where you run into problems.
It's the same thing with the newfangled kind of triple option, if you will, the run-pass type option and the spread options. It's the same exact thing. It's up to that quarterback whether he leaves it or takes it out. He and the running back really has to have a good chemistry to know when he's leaving it and when he's pulling it back out.
1st and 10 for the Badgers. Smith back to pass, under some pressure, rolls out, throws it away.
Yeah, and he threw that away, and Eggett moved just right to become wide open right at that last second, right when Donnie Smith started throwing that away. Yeah, Eggett might have had some room there. He went back to the inside. He read where the defender was and went back to the inside right as Donnie was throwing that away.
Moved away from the coverage, and you're right. He was right in the middle. He could have had a first down easy and maybe more. So 2nd and 10 for the Badgers. Trips split wide to the right. Frischnick wide to the left.
Short side trips. Kind of interesting.
14 seconds, now down to 10 seconds on the play clock. Donnie still looks to the sidelines. Got to hurry here. Down to 5, 4, 3, and they will get it away. Pass is going to go to Reggie. It's over his head. Reggie never saw it.
Yeah, that was
a late flag comes in.
Yeah, miscommunication there between Donnie Smith and Reggie Frischnick. Reggie kind of went a little bit more shallow on that route. Donnie Smith thought he was going to take a little bit skinnier post. We'll see what that flag is, though.
I think you've got illegal man downfield again. But I think Air Force might decline it here and force a 3rd and 10. That looked like, everybody else looked like they were running a screen pass, Greg, except Donnie.
Yeah.
I mean, you had your lineman coming out, and if you throw it behind the line of scrimmage, that's fine.
Yeah.
But
well, you saw the lineman turn around and look at other people with their hands up, like, what were we doing there?
Yeah.
Maybe Donnie just recognized something down the field, but it would have came back anyway, even if it would have been a completed pass.
Right. 3rd and 10, big 3rd down here for the Badgers. Eggett is in motion. Hand off to Tillman. Tillman, not much room there.
Good defense.
Well, that's an interesting call on 3rd and long, and Tillman gets wrapped up after a gain of 2. Are we going to see the first punt in 3 games? Well, 2 games.
Is that right?
They did not punt last week at all.
Yeah, I knew they didn't last week, but did they in the first game?
I think they did punt once in the first game.
Okay, all right.
And the offense is coming off. Yeah, I don't think you want to give it back to Air Force that close.
No, not with the defense that the Badgers have, but they got to hustle. I mean, they're down to 10 on the play clock. That's a funny formation. Look at this.
Yeah.
They're going to have to come up to the line of scrimmage, obviously, but gives you some options.
That takes time.
Yeah, that's interesting.
3-2. They get the punt away. It's going to be a short kick. And it takes a bounce.
Did that touch him?
Did it touch
the
him?
Foot? Yeah, I think that touched the foot of the Huskies. Let's see.
Are they going to give it to Snow?
Snow sure thinks so.
Yes, they do.
The people up here in the booth sure think so. The fans sure think so. We'll see if the Stripes agree.
We're going to watch the replay here.
Yeah.
And the referees are going to talk it over while we watch the replay. The referees are talking. But there's the kick under some pressure. Yeah, I can't tell.
If it hit that foot or if it just hit the ground and kind of took a sideways spin there. It's tough to tell. I think if they talk this long, they're not going to give it to the Badgers. That's my opinion, but we'll see.
Well, and they do.
Yeah, wow.
Wow.
So it shows you what my opinion's worth. Yeah, this start, other than a couple of nice plays for Air Force, kind of couldn't have gone worse, really.
Yeah,
with a couple of turnovers, that botched snap on the earlier punt. Yeah.
So the Badgers will have it at the 17. This reminds me a lot of the game that the Badgers played 2 years ago in Lackawanna. Same thing. Just a lot of mistakes, and the Badgers came out very strong. Hand off to Tillman. Tillman waits behind the offensive line, finds the hole, gets it down to the 10-yard line, a gain of 8.
We talk about him doing that a lot, Gary, you and I do, about how patient he is behind his line of scrimmage, letting those linemen set up their blocks and then reading and, one cut and up the field, and he does a great job at that.
So Donnie Smith, again, both running backs to either side. I believe it's Patterson and Tillman.
Right.
Hand off to Tillman again. Tillman again with patience. Cuts it back to the inside and muscles his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Snow College.
Yeah, and he used the other running back, Drew Patterson, as his lead blocker there. It looked a very similar play design. Instead of going left, though, it goes right, follows Drew Patterson, follows his offensive lineman, and gets into the end zone for a 10-yard touchdown run.
So with 3:28 remaining here in the first quarter, the Badgers get into that Mountain America Credit Union end zone once again. Show your school pride with a Snow College debit card. Kick is low, but it's through. And Rosequist is 1 for 2, 1 for 3.
1 for 2. They went for 2 on the other.
Yep. 1 for 3.
1 for 2.
1 for 2. Sorry. Yeah, I keep
50%, Gary.
50% for Rosequist.
Are you keeping it here or taking a break?
Let's keep it right here.
Right,
they've lined up already.
Right I was gonna say they're lining up, Gary. If you're taking a break, you better be quick.
I better be quick. 21-0. If we check that Utah Heritage Credit Union scoreboard. Utah Heritage Credit Union for auto, ATV, mortgage, and new home construction loans. So we will not take a Central Valley Medical Center timeout. And, Greg, the Badgers do get a Douglas Dentistry first down on that touchdown because it was the first down and the touchdown. High end over end kick is going to carry into the end zone. Nice backspin.
Just barely.
Wow. It did cross the plane and get into the end zone, so it'll be a touchback, and the Huskies will have the ball at their own 25.
That's daring right there by a return man, because if that thing comes up 2 yards shorter and takes that backward spin, that backwards bounce like that,
that's a live ball.
You're going crazy to try and catch that. That's a longest onside kick in the history of onside kicks if you don't get back there on it.
Yeah, good point. Well, let's see, coming out, if looks like Air Force has gone back to their original starting quarterback, Evan Metters. And a little bit different formation, 2 wideouts wide to the right. Metters keeps it, fakes the dive, and he has nowhere to go. He's actually going to lose yards back to about the 21-yard line, loss of 4.
Yeah, you see a kid scrambling back there like that, and you're just you're kind of just praying for him because they're about to get swallowed up. And they did, because that Badger defense, man, they are playing well. Tavita Tua with another tackle here. We've called his name a couple of times already.
Well, Tavita Tua, also Solomon Ilangi, we've called his name an awful lot. Junior Kafusi.
Matyra Brown.
Jesse Wilson. Yeah, let's also put in there, you mentioned Matyra Brown. And how about Mario Williams Jr., last week's player of the game?
Steelman, right?
Steelman. Was it Steel?
Yeah.
Timeout is going to be taken by the Huskies of Air Force Prep. We'll take the timeout as well. A Central Valley Medical Center timeout. From orthopedics to pediatrics, you can trust CVMC. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business, including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim, 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
Welcome back to Terry Foote Stadium and Robert L. Stoddard Field on the campus of Snow College. And a beautiful view here with the S up on the mountain and the sun going down, lighting up the mountains and some clouds up there. Beautiful sight. Badgers have it Air Force Prep has it 2nd and 14. Man in motion. Metters back to pass. Has some time. Now flushed out of the pocket. He's going to run. He gets away from the linebacker and dances out of bounds. Very close to the first down. About a yard short. It's going to bring up 3rd and 1.
First time Metters has had a chance to show his speed. He's got some wheels as well. Read that right. Saw the gap open on the left side of the line and just took it down and got out of bounds before taking a big shot by one of those defensive backs from the Badgers, and makes a 2nd and very long into 3rd and manageable. 3rd and 1? Yeah.
3rd and 1, and I think you're going to see dive play here. Can the Badgers stop it with that big defensive line? Big 3rd down here for the defense. Metters moves people around a little bit here. Now they're going to go with heavy on the left and bring a man to the left. There's the dive play, finds an opening on the outside. Hit as he gets through the line on the first down, still on his feet, pushing the line forward. Badgers trying to strip the ball, and in doing so, give up an extra 5 yards.
Yeah, good play. That was set to go up the A gap. You could tell, and Jesse Wilson did a good job kind of really filling 2 gaps there. So they had to kick it outside. Kind of went off the guard, in between guard and tackle, and was able to get plenty of yards for that first down. Big hit by Cam Mamalis.
Yep.
Say that for me. I always say it wrong.
Mamalis?
I said it right. Okay. Yeah, big hit there by Cam down the field, though.
Ashadell on the carry. Handoff this time hit right at the line of scrimmage, and good defensive tackle there. Who is it coming up with the tackle?
Trying to get number 7 for the Hervin Lewis.
The ball carrier.
No gain.
Number 7, Ervin.
Be 2nd and 10. Dante Archie checks out from that tailback position. Again, Evan Metters is the quarterback, 6 foot, 200 pounds. And back to that wing T formation. Man in motion is Noah McNair. Here's the quick pitch coming to the near side of the field. Turning it upfield, driven out of bounds. Timoteo Ashadel on the carry.
Good blocking there on the left side of the line. They obviously like that left side of their offensive line. It's worked a lot more for Air Force in these first few drives on the left side than it has the right. But a good play there on second down, 7 or 8 yards there.
Going behind Ethan Dodson, 6'4", 280-pound offensive lineman. Yeah. And looks like the Huskies are going to let the first quarter run out. That will end the first quarter with the Badgers leading 21-0 as we check that Utah Heritage Credit Union scoreboard. Utah Heritage Credit Union is your local credit union with offices in Moroni, Mount Pleasant, my favorite branch, the Ephraim Branch, and Gunnison. Proud to support Snow College. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this 60-second timeout.
Visits to the dentist cause great anxiety and fear in some people, further jeopardizing oral and overall health. This is Dr. Douglas. We not only deliver optimal dental care, we make you comfortable while we do it.
Douglas Dentistry's patients love listening to music or watching a movie during treatment. Some patients prefer nitrous oxide or laughing gas or conscious sedation.
Call Douglas Dentistry today, 283-3800. That's 283-3800. Find us on Facebook or click on douglasdentistryephrem.com.
San Pete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. San Pete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. San Pete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
Third and 3, it looks like here. Again, Metters at quarterback. Sends one of the wingmen in motion. Handoff, trying to get straight ahead. It's going to be short of the first down. I thought he was close, but they're going to mark him down at the 45. It's going to bring up 4th and 1. Go for it, Greg.
Be surprised if they don't. You're down 21-0, first game of the season for Air Force Prep. Why not? You're on the Badger side of the ball.
Nothing to lose.
Yeah, and I was going to say you've kind of got a good thing going, but the Badgers are also very capable of driving them backwards. So let's see. Oh, weird tight formation here.
Very tight
That's
formation.
Strange.
Quarterback keep. Ooh, I don't think he got it
anywhere. No, he might have lost a half a yard there. That's going to give the ball back to the Badger offense.
Coming off the field, fired up for Snow College, I believe, is Caden Miller. Caden Miller, one of the players in there, fired up. Tua gets credit with the pushback as well.
Monacula as well.
And KJ Fisher, I'm going to mention his name as well. He was getting a lot of high five. So the Badgers turn them away on downs. We talked about that defense, Greg, in the first 2 games, and granted the competition maybe not there, but boy, they looked really good. And so far, they're still pitching a shutout.
Yeah, they haven't been scored on in 2 games and a quarter here, and Coach Zach Erikson, I talked about his candor in your pregame show. He'll be honest with, I don't want to say negativity, with criticisms as well, and he couldn't be more complimentary of this defensive line.
Handoff, nice pause, nice run. That's got to be Patterson, I think, has got the first down to the 45 of the Huskies.
Yeah, Drew Patterson, he hits that hole hard, didn't he? You called it right, Gary. He just kind of hesitated and then took off and then ran over a guy as he got down to the 45-yard line into Husky territory.
One of the things we talked about in the pregame was the confidence that the running backs have in the offensive line and the offensive line has in the running backs. And I think it shows there with that pause. It's not easy to pause. Donnie Smith with the incomplete pass, and a very late flag comes in. Is it going to be offsetting?
That should be, but I think he's going to call it against Snow, and I don't agree with that one. It should be both guys going at each other.
Yep, they're going to call it against Snow. They're already facing.
There was a little, kind of a shot to the face after the ball had gone away. The offensive lineman for the Badgers is Braylon Henderson. Took a little bit of a shot to the face long after the ball was there, and he just gave a push just to push the defensive lineman away. Not nasty. you and I do these games, and we see some nasty out there with some of these junior college kids. And some of these teams that come in here to Ephraim, there's some nastiness. And so I'll call it if we see it. That was nothing there on either side. So that's either just a tuck that yellow flag in your pants or call it on both of them. But
Ofisa has checked in for the Badgers now, way behind the sticks. 2nd and 25 after that dead ball foul. Patterson in at running back to the right of Donnie Smith. Play clock at 10. Blitz coming. Quick pass is out to DJ Overstreet, and he's going to lose yardage and then be driven way back.
On those quick passes, I've talked about this in multiple games, Gary, that you and I have done over here for Snow. You got to beat one guy. That's the whole point of these little passes. If you watch this replay, if you beat one guy, you might have some room, especially with man-to-man coverage out there. But Ace Lumpers did a good job, the defensive back for Air Force Prep, to drive back the Badgers. Just a good open field tackle by the Huskies.
So big 3rd down here. Long ways to go for the Badgers. If they lose another yard, this is going to be 3rd and 26. Possibly the longest 3rd down that they've had this year.
No deep safety.
Donnie back to pass, under some pressure, rolls out, throws downfield, got a man out there. A lot of contact, but no flag is going to be thrown.
Oh, man, that's tough. DJ Overstreet would have been able to adjust to that ball. I don't know if we'll see a replay here or not, but he would have been able to adjust to that ball if he wouldn't have been pushed enough to not be able to adjust to it.
So the Badgers are going to be forced to punt. This will be just their 2nd punt of the day.
Boy.
5 possessions, 3 touchdowns, 2 punts. Last time the Badgers punted, they got the ball back again.
Yeah, that's right.
Strange formation, but the Badgers get it, broke away in time. A little jog to the right and the kick back to the middle of the field. Fair catch is going to be taken at the 21-yard line. And that's where the Prep Huskies will take over. The Huskies have had it at their own 25, their own 29, their own 25, and their own 21. Not great field position.
Yeah. Badgers have definitely had much better field position to start in all of their drives.
Own 48, the Air Force 19, their own 42, the Air Force 17, and their own 45.
Yeah. Couldn't ask for better than that, really.
The punter is Jay Summers from Griffith, Australia.
Hey, seen a lot of those Australian punters lately in football, the last 5-10 years or so.
12:48 remaining, 2nd quarter. And it looks like, well, I'll have to check that. There's the dive play. Flags all over as Josiah Bushnell is checked back in at quarterback.
Was the motion man coming towards the line of scrimmage as that ball was snapped?
Are you
I'm wondering.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's what it was.
Because if you're asking me, I didn't notice.
Yeah.
But
it looked to me like the motion man was coming in motion towards the line of scrimmage. You can go in motion, obviously. You can have one man in motion as the ball snapped, but you can't be moving towards the line of scrimmage on offense.
Officials looking to Snow College. Did they want to take the penalty? And
yeah, illegal shift is the call. So that's what it was. That motion man was coming towards the line of scrimmage.
Badgers are going to take the penalty. There was no gain, so taking the yards here on make it 1st and 15.
1st and 15. Now is part of the strategy just that you trust your defense, or is it that you got an Air Force prep team that doesn't throw the ball, they run the ball, so you would rather make them go 15 yards in 3 plays than 10 in 2? I don't know.
That's an excellent question. Again, are you asking me, or because I don't know the answer?
What do you think, Gary?
I think that's probably what they've decided.
I guess normally it's the play-by-play guy to ask the commentator questions, but
handoff, dive, and not much there. So a wise decision. Instead of 2nd and 10, it's going to be 2nd and 13.
There you go. It worked out for the Badgers.
Yep. Badgers have all 3 of their timeouts. Air Force Prep has taken 1. They're going to credit Junior Kafusi with the tackle on that, and also Tavita Tua. So are we going to see that switch back and forth between Evan Metters, and Josiah Bushnell.
Looks like it, doesn't it?
So far, that has been the case. They've alternated possessions. 2nd and 13. Bushnell sends a man in motion. Here's the quick pitch. Nothing there. Who came up and made that tackle for the Badgers? Is that number 5 for Snow College? That's Titan Saxton.
I think Junior Kavusi was in there as well. He came up hobbling just a little bit. But great play by Titan Saxton to come from a defensive back position to make that play. Must have been coming up on a blitz there. And yeah, brings up 3rd and very long. Again, no team wants to be 3rd and behind the sticks, but Air Force Prep, especially a running team like that, we'll see what they have available.
Down to 11 minutes remaining here in the second quarter, Down to 3 seconds on the play clock. I don't think they're going to get it away, and they don't.
It's to 0.
Wow, did they call a timeout? I don't see a flag, so they must have called a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. A Central Valley Medical Center timeout. From orthopedics to pediatrics, you can trust CVMC. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Little Caesars of Ephraim and Nephi have expanded to a 3rd location in Gunnison, inside Gunnison Sinclair. Hours Monday to Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Come enjoy classics like crazy bread, cheese, pepperoni, and 3-meat treat pizzas. Little Caesars also offers wings, dip, soda, and an awesome family meal deal, including 2 liters of soda, pepperoni or cheese pizza, and a crazy combo for just $9.99. Come enjoy one of the best deals in America. Little Caesars, Ephraim, Nephi, and Gunnison.
Welcome back once again to Terry Foote Stadium and Robert L. Stoddard Field. Gary Chedester and Greg Sterner with you on Snow College campus. Last home game for a while as the Badgers will be on the road now. The Badgers will be traveling to Lackawanna College, Butler. They have a bye week in there, Iowa Western, and then Pacific Northwest.
2 bye weeks in there, right?
Yeah, 2 bye weeks and 4 road games. Empty backfield for Air Force Prep, and back in is Bushnell. Bushnell steps up in the pocket, had a wide open middle of the field, tries to go to the outside. He's going to run out of field and go out of bounds. Didn't he have the middle of the field, Greg?
Yeah, I don't know that he would have been able to get 15, 18 yards, though, there, where they needed 16 for the first down. I think, as crazy as it sounds to say that was a smart decision to run out of bounds and lose maybe a yard, or I think he was trying to have something develop down the field that he could possibly get the first down. But yes, it looked like he had a lot of room to run there.
Punting situation out of their end zone for the Huskies. Shannon King back deep to receive. Low line drive kick is going to take a bounce and is going to be fielded at midfield at the 50, trying to get to the outside. Now back to the middle. Still on his feet, and that is DJ Overstreet, I should say. Thought it was Shannon King, but it's DJ. And DJ Overstreet gets to the Air Force Prep 47-yard line.
That Lamont Burton, number 4 for Air Force Prep, he's flying around, man. He's been on a couple of special teams plays, and he's kind of running around, ready to hit somebody hard. He's been kind of fun to watch on special teams so far. A lot of times you don't call out a special teams kid all that often, but he's working hard out there for the Prep Huskies.
Matt Wilson is in, and he's to the left of Donnie Smith. Badgers go 2 wideouts right, 2 wideouts left. Donnie, quick pass over the middle. It's low and incomplete, intended out there.
Yeah, that's not the throw right there. And maybe, you never know, maybe Donnie Smith expected the receiver. Was it Stephen Sellers? Who was it out there?
I think you're right. I think it's Sellers.
Cale McCoy. Anyway, you don't know if Donnie Smith is expecting him to turn around a little bit sooner, but that pass was just off. It was down at his feet when it needs to be at the numbers. There was room for it, but, whose miscommunication it was, not sure, but got to get that worked out before the tough schedule comes.
2nd and 10. Long developing play, but it's a delay draw to Wilson. Wilson trying to get to the outside. And now just pushes forward, and I think he's going to have the first down.
Looking like Deion Sanders out there with some of those moves in the open field. Juking left, juking right, getting up the field. That Wilson's another fun one to watch.
I love the running back core. I mean, you've got something a little bit different with each one of them.
Mm-hmm.
You've got combinations out there. So a first down for the Badgers. Play clock at 18 seconds. Now down to 15. Long play happening here. King's going to go split wide to the right. Wilson to the left of Donnie Smith. Man in motion. Here comes the jet sweep. Yes. Hand off to DJ. DJ trying to get to the outside. Does get the corner. Pushed out of bounds. He's going to pick up maybe 5.
Pretty good blocking down there by Reggie Frischnick. Down the field blocking. Matt Wilson as well. One thing about that play, it looked like Donnie may have called for the ball just a little bit too soon. You still had Shannon King taking maybe 3 steps before there was a handoff, and maybe you're setting that up for an option type play where you give it to Shannon King, or maybe Donnie keeps it around the outside. We don't see Donnie run a lot, so probably not, but didn't seem to go as quick as I thought it would.
Holding is going to bring that back. Looks like the holding is going to be marked off right from the line of scrimmage. So again, the Badgers get behind the sticks here with a penalty. This time a holding. Before it was the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
Badgers scored with about 12 minutes left in the first quarter, 9 minutes left in the first quarter, and 3 minutes left. And now we've gone, 9 game minutes or so since the Badgers have scored, which is a long time this season.
You are correct, sir.
Definitely a couple of the worst drives, really, for the Badgers. Let's see if they can get it figured out here.
Now the officials talking things over. Did they mark it off from the wrong spot?
So that would have had to have been obviously at the line of scrimmage or behind the line of scrimmage for where they've marked it. If it was downfield. I couldn't hear him.
I can't hear him either, but
I couldn't hear the white hat.
Are they even going to move it? Oh, they're going to just move it from the left hash to the right hash.
Oh, yeah, you got to go where it started from. Yeah.
So still 1st and 20 for the Badgers. Move back to the 47-yard line of the Air Force Prep Huskies. Just under 9 minutes to go. They start the clock. Single setback is Wilson with Donnie Smith. 15 seconds on the play clock. Donnie looks to the sidelines. 2 wide out, split wide to the right.
Watch the tight end here.
Handoff goes to Wilson. Wilson to the outside, breaks it back to the inside and picks up about 6 yards. So he gets a big chunk of that back. It'll be 2nd and 14. Shandon King split wide to the right. DJ Overstreet in the slot to the right. Reggie on the near side.
Do have a tight end on that right side as well. Agate. Or is he here on the left side?
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Right side.
Yeah. Watch him.
2nd down, 14.
Yeah.
Donnie back to pass. Got him right down the seam. No, they go over to DJ Overstreet. Overstreet follows Eggett, trying to get in the end zone. He's to the 2-yard line.
Yeah, both of those guys were open. You had Eggett coming up the seam, and you had Overstreet just a little bit outside of him. Beautiful play call.
Another Douglas Dentistry. First down, Douglas Dentistry in Ephraim should be your first choice in dentistry and oral health. From general to sedation dentistry, teeth whitening, and even tooth replacement. Douglas Dentistry. And that play is stopped before it gets started. So instead of 1st and goal from the 2-yard line, it's going to be 1st and goal from the 7.
Air Force was running somebody in late.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, and I think their coaches ran in to call timeout. They would have had an offsides without, which really would have given you an inch. But
well, they say the Badgers, either way, we got a timeout. We're going to take the timeout as well as we check that Utah Heritage Credit Union scoreboard. Utah Heritage Credit Union for auto, ATV, mortgage, and new home construction loans. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
My name's Jared Livingston. I grew up in Sanpete County, Utah. I remember going down to the feed company back in the little offices there, got my first loan through Utah Heritage Credit Union, and ever since then fell in love with the personal atmosphere that you get with a local credit union. Been there ever since I was a little kid to today, whether we're dealing with an auto loan or just cashing a check, they're right there every time we need them.
Air Force Prep does take the timeout there. A Central Valley Medical Center timeout. If you're having chronic knee pain from a worn-out knee, be sure and check out the new ROSA knee robotic technology at CVMC. Call 435-623-3200. Badgers have it first and goal from the 2-yard line. Is that Wilson? Deep in the backfield.
Kind of
Pistol formation here, yep. Smith sends Eggett in motion from left to right. Now Donnie looks back to the sidelines for the play call, see if they change it. So Eggett now is on the right side of the formation. Handoff to Wilson, trying to find an opening on that right side. And boy, Air Force Prep just swallowed that up. That's going to be a loss of 2.
Yeah, that's right. They extended that out, just kind of made him try to kick it to the outside and not there. Air Force Prep did a great job to bottle that up behind. What'd they lose? A couple of yards there, huh? Like you said.
Yep, 2 yards. Now they bring in A.J. Tillman. So now you've got Tillman and Wilson in the backfield together. And
both of them already with 1 touchdown today.
And Shandon King is going to come off. So you've got Reggie Frischnick wide left to the near side of the field, and you've got DJ Overstreet in the slot. A.J. Tillman and Matt Wilson in the backfield on either side of Donnie Smith. Donnie, play action, throws to the corner of the end zone, way over the head of everybody, incomplete.
Can't tell if he was throwing that away or if he thought his receiver would be more in the corner and to be able to go up and get that one, because that one really wasn't close.
It wasn't. And we have an injured player down on the field, Asher Wilson, who's going to be helped off the field for the Huskies of Air Force Prep. So 3rd and goal for the Badgers. The Badgers have not tried a field goal in 2.5 games.
Not really needed to. Not really.
So we'll see if that is something that may come up here.
She got down to the 2-yard line, had 1st and goal from the 2. And to not be able to punch it in, that would be a bit of a disappointment.
Same formation here. Reggie Frischnick wide to the left. DJ Overstreet in the slot. Matt Wilson on the left side of Donnie Smith. And now he goes in motion coming to the near side. Donovan rolls out, throws, got a man out there. Touchdown, Matt Wilson on a 4-yard reception.
Yeah, nice little just out route. Bring your back in motion, scraping down the line of scrimmage. Have him go out maybe a yard or 2 down the field, roll your quarterback same direction. It literally couldn't be an easier pitch and catch there.
So the Badgers get on the board once again. 6 minutes and 34 seconds remaining as the Badgers get into that Mountain America Credit Union end zone. Extra point by Rosequist is blocked. And it's going to be fielded by the Huskies, but immediately taken down. So the extra point is blocked, and it remains 27-0. Snow College Badgers will be back with the kickoff in 30 seconds.
In the fast-paced world we live in, every second counts. Whether it's staying productive in your home office or enjoying entertainment with no buffering. With CentraWave from Centracom, experience ultra-fast, next-generation, reliable internet that keeps your whole family connected. CentraWave by Centracom. Fast, reliable, everywhere. Get connected today. Visit www.centracom.com/CentraWave or call 1-800-427-8449.
Welcome back as the Snow College Badgers set to kick off as we check that Utah Heritage Credit Union scoreboard. 6 minutes, 34 seconds remaining. Badgers lead at 27-0. Kick is a high end-over-end kick. Is going to sail into the end zone, and it'll be brought out to the 25-yard line.
No return.
So the Badgers did pick up another Douglas Dentistry first down. Douglas Dentistry with in-house financing. Show off that smile. And getting into that Mountain America Credit Union end zone. Show your school pride with the Snow College debit card for Mountain America Credit Union. Available at the Ephraim branch. Mountain America Credit Union guiding you forward. Visit macu.com.
I like the play call on that touchdown pass. You need 3, 4, 5 yards. That's a great play. It's tough for a linebacker to stay with that running back that's coming in motion and go in that same direction that he starts in motion.
Back to passes. The Huskies. Pass is caught to the 30-yard line, a gain of 5.
Yeah, good-looking throw out there.
Metters
Yeah, Timothy Arnold is the receiver, 5'11", 185, and then a good hit by the Badgers on the outside. Brooks Esplin out of St. George with the tackle. Whenever Brooks, he had some interceptions last year, and whenever his name is called over the PA, he's got a little cheering section. So they're coming up from St. George for probably about every game. We hear them every time.
I love it.
Yep, that's good.
Under 6 minutes to go here. Metters at quarterback. It's his turn, and it looks like they've gone away from that option formation. Metters steps up in the pocket, hits, spun around, and runs right into 3 more Badger players. Badgers are getting that pressure with 4 guys.
Yeah, Colin Lewis in on that one. Trying to get some of these numbers in here. Easton Cook, it looks like. KJ Fisher in there as well, number 40.
That's going to bring up 3rd and 6. The ball is at the 29-yard line of Air Force Prep. Now they're going back once again to that option formation. They fake the dive, pitch back, going to pick up the first down and down the sidelines. Flags come in.
I think there's a block in the back. I think that's the reason he was able to get the edge there. Looked like a block in the back outside.
We'll wait and see what the official call is. That was enough for the first down, but as Greg mentioned, maybe that's why the first down, because of the block in the back, and he is right.
Yeah, that one was a pretty easy one to see out there. You got a Monocula out there as well.
What is a Monocula?
Number 95.
Monocula. I knew, but I had to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the big defensive lineman, just trying to get some of those names out there.
295.
You can't miss him.
That Badger defense is pitching a shutout now, 2.5 games.
On the season, yep.
Well, we talked about this early. Coach Erikson mentioned how deep both the offensive and defensive lines are, and we can see that. 3rd and 13. Metters back to pass. Has some time. Throws the deep out. Got a man out there. It's caught. Is he inbounds or not? They're going to give it to him. Yeah. He must have got a foot down. Nice catch.
Same guy that caught it earlier, Timothy Arnold. Nice pass out to him. That's obviously one of their top receivers, Mr. Arnold, and has to go down to get that one. Great job.
So a first down, moves it out over the 35 to the 36-yard line. Great catch.
Yeah, good throw.
Good throw, good catch. Yeah, good throw. Only he could catch it. Threw it away from the defense. So 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. A little confusion here by the offense. Down to 3 seconds on the play clock.
They don't have a timeout.
They don't, and they were very generous letting them get it away.
Oh, boy.
Metters was under some pressure, tried to turn it back to the middle of the field, and right in his face that time was Titan Saxton.
Titan Saxton again getting in the backfield again, and I've said he's a safety, so they're bringing him on a blitz, and that's the 2nd or 3rd time we've called his name in the backfield. How often do you call a safety's name 3 times in a game in the backfield?
Not very often.
Yeah, but he's doing a great job at getting into the backfield and creating havoc.
3rd and 21. The ball all the way back to the 25-yard line. Make it 2nd and 21, Badgers again show blitz. Hand off to the dive man, and all alone there to make the tackle. Is that
Jesse Wilson?
Yeah, Jesse Wilson.
Yeah, you've called his name multiple times as well. That D tackle, if your D tackle can take up 2 gaps against a triple option team like that, it just allows everybody else on your defense to do things. And Jesse Wilson is just a prototypical defensive tackle out there. I'm interested to see. It's always fun to see where these Badger players go at the next level, and I would be surprised if Jesse Wilson isn't getting looks at the next level as a D tackle.
I wish we had some stats on him as far as he's not the tallest player out there, but you can tell very physical and takes up a lot of space. So now it's 3rd and 21. Metters back to pass, under some pressure again, gets away from the pressure, has a lot of room to run, pauses at the line of scrimmage and taken down after a gain of just 2. That pause to try to find something downfield because he wasn't going to get it either way. So a smart play by the quarterback that time.
That was just like that. The other quarterback who did that last time where if it's first down, he probably would have ran that and got 4 or 5 yards or so.
Right.
But when you got third and forever, you're waiting for something to come available downfield.
So credit the D-backs for Snow College to stay in coverage. Yeah. Timeout is going to be taken. That's the 2-minute warning. And we'll take the timeout as well, a Central Valley Medical Center timeout. A reminder that from orthopedics to pediatrics, you can trust CVMC. Call 435-623-3200. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Doesn't that sound relaxing? At Risk Managers, we want to help you always feel that relaxed. So when you hear this, or this, or this, you know that you're protected. Peace of mind insurance solutions for individuals and businesses so that you can always sit back and enjoy your drink.
Here on 4th and long. Badgers with a single man deep to receive. Again, we're at 2 minutes. Badgers lead it by a score of 27-0. Flag on the play. Kick is away. Kind of a short kick, not a great bounce, and it goes down the sidelines. Now it takes a good bounce, and it's going to come to rest at the 34-yard line, but again, flags on the play. Was somebody lined up in the neutral zone? Did somebody move?
They were talking to Coach Zach Erikson, so it must be on, I'm assuming it's on Air Force Prep, if they're asking what Coach Erikson wants to do.
And he's going to say, let's tack it on the end. Which is smart, because if you force him to kick it again, you run more time off the clock.
Yeah, true.
And so the Badgers will take over 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Badgers have had pretty good field position. Their own 48,
Excellent.
The Air Force 19, own 42, Air Force 17, own 45, Air Force 47, and their own 40.
So 40 is as bad as it's been.
Yeah.
A couple of times,
Yeah.
right? Wow.
40 and 42.
Yeah.
So that's pretty darn good. Donnie comes out on the field. Donnie Smith still at quarterback. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Low snap. Donnie picks it up, throws to the back out of the backfield. Patterson makes a nice move, tiptoes down the sidelines, and gets out of bounds near midfield. He's going to be short of the first down, but a gain of about 9.
And the clock does stop now under 2 minutes when you get out of bounds. They've changed that in college. If you go out of bounds more than 2 minutes left in the half, it doesn't stop.
So 2nd down and 1. 2 wideouts right, 2 wideouts left for Donnie Smith. DJ Overstreet in motion from left to right. Play action. Here's that quick screen pass to Reggie Frischnick. Reggie makes a move, breaks a tackle, down the sidelines, gets a block. Wow. Touchdown, Reggie Frischnick. Unbelievable. 4 catches, 4 touchdowns, Reggie Frischnick. That one was a lot of his own.
What's crazy about that right there, Gary, is we've talked about Reggie being 100% on catches for touchdowns this year. And I was just about to say, well, we just broke that. And nope, Reggie changed that, didn't he? Boy, that was all on his own. Following blocks, good blockers. But boy, you saw the athleticism and the speed of Reggie Frischnick on the outside.
We get excited for Reggie Frischnick. His dad played here at Snow College, had a great career, went on to play at Washington State University. Actually played for the Green Bay Packers and was injured on the very last game before the regular season started. But looks like Reggie is following in Dad's footsteps. The extra point is good. The Badgers lead it by a score of 34-0. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this.
We are all part of a team. Whether you are the quiet hero or the newest recruit, the steady anchor, or the moral support, your team needs you. At Intermountain Health, San Pete Valley Hospital, we want to be part of your team. Partner with us on your health and continue to be a game changer.
Welcome back as the ball bounces out of bounds right in front of the pylon. So that's going to be the best field position for a start coming up here for the Air Force Prep Huskies.
What's funny about that, Gary, if that just nicks the pylon, if it touches the pylon, it's into the end zone. Yeah, and it was just in front of it. So definitely the worst kickoff for the Badgers today. I think there's been maybe 1 or 2 returns, but most of them have gone into the end zone. That one just short, put the ball out at the 35.
So best field position for the Huskies here with 1:26 remaining.
No timeouts for the Huskies, so what can you do with a triple option running offense with 65 yards in front of you and 1:26?
Change the offense?
Maybe. And they have run a little bit out of the shotgun. Not going to do it here, but they have done that today.
Bushnell under center. Sends a man in motion. Here's the quick pitch to the deep man. The Badgers stretch that out, and that's going to be a loss of yardage.
Yeah, geez. What do you do? What do you do if you're Air Force and the forward progress was stopped? So I'm assuming that clock's going to keep running. Yes. Yeah, but a loss there, just trying to get the edge, and the Badgers are just too disciplined, too quick, too athletic, and too good of open field tacklers, really.
Yeah, Tyra Brown going to get credit for that. We're under a minute. The Air Force Prep will have to run one more play here.
They're not in a hurry, are they?
No. And that is one of the problems with an offense that's designed that way. You don't make comebacks very easily.
Mm-hmm.
Man in motion. Bushnell hands it off. Dive play is swallowed up again. Flag on the play. The ball comes loose. The Badgers say they have it, but again, we do have a flag.
And that's coming from the white hat, so the chances that that's a holding is very high. Well, the Badgers have a chance to put another one on the board here.
With 34.2 seconds remaining, do the Badgers get the ball back? I think they are.
Tripping against the offense. Yeah, right on the line of scrimmage. Badgers are going to have a chance to punch another one in here with 34 seconds left and a 34-0 lead.
Boy, everything has gone the Badgers' way here in this first half.
Boy,
coming up with
couple of drives where they had to punt, but other than I mean, and that's not a complaint. That's not being negative here. That's just that's the only reason they weren't perfect. I mean,
right. Two punts.
Yeah.
Every other possession has resulted in a touchdown. They've recovered 2 fumbles and they've stopped Air Force Prep on downs. So really, 3 turnovers.
Boy.
And now a chance to put more points on the board with 34.2 seconds remaining. Donnie Smith is that Matt Wilson to his left? Back to pass. Throws, got Reggie Frischnick. Touchdown, Reggie Frischnick again.
Great.
22 yards.
Great throw by Donnie Smith to put that where Reggie Frischnick could use his height and go up and get that exact, just very different than that first touchdown that Reggie had where Reggie kind of a screen pass and Reggie did a lot afterwards. That one in the end zone, post route, Reggie Frischnick up high, pulls it in, still 100% on catches for touchdowns, 5 for 5 on the year.
That's just an amazing stat.
It's crazy.
Reggie Frischnick with the touchdown, getting into that Mountain America Credit Union end zone. The extra point by Rosequist is up and good. The Badgers lead it 41-0. We'll be back with the kickoff in 30 seconds.
We are all part of a team. Whether you are the quiet hero or the newest recruit, the steady anchor or the moral support, your team needs you. At Intermountain Health, San Pete Valley Hospital, we want to be part of your team. Partner with us on your health and continue to be a game changer for your teammates.
Welcome back as we check that Utah Heritage Credit Union scoreboard. Utah Heritage Credit Union for auto, ATV, mortgage, and also new home construction loans. Snow College 41, Air Force Prep 0. This kickoff is going to be another one towards the corner. It's going to take a bounce at the 1 and go into the end zone, and unwisely trying to return it, gets to the 1, bubbles back into the end zone, and tackled at the 1-yard line.
What in the world is he doing?
I don't know. He actually fielded that from the seat of his pants, didn't he?
He had just stood up, boy. We said some good things. Timothy Arnold, he's done some great things catching the ball. He has a couple of catches here.
Trying to make something happen. I get it. You're down 41-0. Offense hasn't been able to really do much, trying to make something happen on special teams, but now you got to worry about a safety.
Yeah, I think they're just going to QB sneak it forward and try and get that clock running. Cole Mickle with the tackle there out of North Sanpete High School.
And they're gonna give it a 1-yard gain out to the 2, and that'll be the last play, I believe, here of the first half.
Unless the Badgers call timeout. If Badgers call timeout, you had better call Zach. Ask Zach about it at halftime.
And a reminder, we are going to have Zach Erikson here at halftime, I believe, if he remembers that we've got this set up. There it is. So. We're ready for halftime, and coming up, we've got Zach Erikson. Zach, give me a thumbs up if you, okay, excellent. So halftime and still pitching a shutout. The defense, I mean, we talked about the competition getting tougher and tougher, but the defense has stepped it up, the offense has stepped it up. You guys still look really good.
Yeah, there's been a couple plays where, I get a little nervous for them breaking a tackle. They've had a couple big runs. Their quarterback runs around a little bit. But for the most part, we've been able to do our job, tackling the dive, getting to the pitch, filling our lanes. And then offensively, like you said, we're kind of clicking. Things are starting to come together. I heard that crazy stat, Reggie's 5 catches for 5 touchdowns. We love to see a great start.
Well, I appreciate you throwing the little screen there for him, which technically probably shouldn't go for a touchdown, but his athletic ability, some blocks downfield, and it turns into a touchdown.
Yeah, our left tackle wanted that play called. Tyler Brumfield come over and he said, hey, let's run laser. And so I said, all right, let's get it. And Tyler came out, killed the corner. Reggie made a move, got a couple of blocks downfield. That's a fun play to see.
All right. Second half, what are we going to see here in the second half? I'm guessing that Donnie's done. Maybe some of your other starters may be done. I don't know. I don't mean to put words in your mouth, but that's kind of been the philosophy so far on these first couple of games.
Yeah, we'll get in there and we'll visit as a staff. We'll see how we feel about things, and then we'll make that decision, and we come out, we'll see what happens.
All right. Coach, what do we look for here other than just continue with outstanding play?
Big thing is assignment sound football.
Okay.
If we can continue to play assignment sound football in the second half, we'll be getting out of here the way we want to.
All right. Thanks, Coach, for taking the time here on the halftime report.
Yep.
Brought to us by Snow College. We'll talk to you on the postgame show as well. So we're getting started for the halftime. And again, a reminder that the halftime show is brought to you by Snow College. There's something for everyone at Snow College. You can dive into the action, make unforgettable memories today. Visit snow.edu for a full list of what's happening on campus. Snow College, your community college. We'll be back with the halftime show in 2 minutes.
At MTCC, we're more than just internet people. We're the connecting your life people. For the past 115 years and counting, MTCC has been the local industry leader in connecting people and businesses by providing professional service with the best options in technology. If you need phone, TV, or internet service for your home or business, come see the experts at MTCC. Call or text us today at 435-835-2929. MTCC, connecting your life since 1907.
In the days of the mountain men, Cache Valley, Utah became a central gathering place for trappers and explorers. They named it Cache because it was there they would store their goods and come together to trade and connect. This spirit of community continues today at Cache Valley Bank with locations and services throughout Utah, including 3 branches right here in Sanpete County. They're Central Utah's financial outfitter. No matter your mountain, they want to see you reach the top. Cache Valley and Central Utah are rooted in grand expeditions. Let's keep that heritage alive together. Discover Cache Valley Bank. Mountains await. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I'm Dr. Brandon Beck, and I'm one of the general surgeons at Central Valley Medical Center. One of the best parts of my job as a general surgeon is to interact with a wide variety of people, and many of those people have experienced chronic conditions or painful things for many years. And there is nothing better than helping them to work through those conditions and to have an improved quality of life. I'm happy to be back in Utah at Central Valley Medical Center serving the people in our community.
I thought there was only one way to do college. I knew I needed training to set me up for a great career, but I didn't have 4 years. Snow helped me discover that college doesn't have to be about sitting in classes, counting down the hours. They showed me a way to get the edge I needed, and fast. The best part was with their low-cost programs and tuition assistance, I didn't have to go into debt. I was able to earn my certificate and start working right away. Snow College. This is college.
Welcome back to the Snow College Halftime Show. Gary Chedester and Greg Sterner with you. A reminder that you can experience the magic of live theater, take in an art show, and connect with friends and family in a vibrant community atmosphere. Snow College is your community college. Join Snow on campus to cheer on your favorite teams. And the Badgers lead it here at halftime by a score of 41-0 as we check that Utah Heritage Credit Union scoreboard. Greg, you've had a brief chance to take a look at the stats, but let me do a quick scoring summary. We'll take another break, give you a little more time to analyze that. Snow College Badgers have had 8 possessions and punted twice. So 6 out of 8 possessions, the Badgers have gotten it into the end zone. I thought they were going to have to try a field goal, but then they got it in the end zone again. So the Badgers score first on the 12:21 remaining in the first quarter, a 32-yard pass from Donnie Smith to Shandon King. The Rosequist PAT failed. The Badgers led it 6-0. 8:57 remaining first quarter, 2-yard touchdown run by Matt Wilson. He also got the 2-point conversion to make it 14-0. Then with 3:28 remaining in the first quarter, A.J. Tillman takes it 12 yards into the end zone. Rosequist PAT makes it 21-0. 6:34 in the second quarter, a 4-yard TD pass from Donnie Smith to Wilson. The PAT was blocked. The Badgers led it 27-0. A minute 26 to go in the first half. 51-yard touchdown pass, Smith to Reggie Frischnick. That little wide receiver screen, and Reggie gets in the end zone. PAT is good, 34-0.
You thought they were done?
Yeah, we thought they were done. They get it back on a fumble with 27.7 seconds remaining, and then Donnie Smith goes right back to Reggie Frischnick on a 22-yard touchdown pass. Point after is good, and the Badgers lead it 41-0 here in the first half. We'll take this opportunity for a timeout. When we come back, we'll have a look at some of the statistics and some things in insightfulness from Greg Sterner. We'll have that for you right after this 2-minute timeout.
We are all part of a team. Whether you are the quiet hero or the newest recruit, the steady anchor or the moral support, your team needs you. At Intermountain Health, Sanpete Valley Hospital, we want to be part of your team. Partner with us on your health and continue to be a game changer for your teammates.
In the days of the mountain men, Cache Valley, Utah became a central gathering place for trappers and explorers. They named it Cache because it was there they would store their goods and come together to trade and connect. This spirit of community continues today at Cache Valley Bank with locations and services throughout Utah, including 3 branches right here in Sanpete County. They're Central Utah's financial outfitter. No matter your mountain, they want to see you reach the top. Cache Valley and Central Utah are rooted in grand expeditions. Let's keep that heritage alive together. Discover Cache Valley Bank. Mountains await. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I'm J.L. Larson.
And I'm Sarah Larson.
And we're the owners and operators of Freedom Ford in Gunnison, Utah. We've been in business now for 38 years. Of those 38 years, we've done business with Utah Heritage Credit Union for over 20 of them. Even our kids have savings accounts there.
Utah Heritage is a great staple to Sanpete County. Homegrown credit union here that has helped, I believe, thousands of families throughout the valleys.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business, including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim. 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
And welcome back to the halftime show, the Snow College halftime show. A reminder that you can visit snow.edu for a full list of what's happening on campus. Snow College, your community college. Gary Chedester and Greg Sterner with you here at Robert L. Stoddard Field and Terry Foote Stadium on the Snow College campus. Greg, you've had a chance to look at some of the stats. Anything that really jumps out at you?
Yes, there are two things that are kind of interesting to me. Now, we're going to run down the offensive stats and things like that. Two things that were interesting to me. First, defensively for Snow College, Titan Saxon, 5 solo tackles, 2 assists, so 7 total tackles from a safety position, 1 sack, 3 tackles for loss.
Wow.
It's just interesting. I mean, if you follow football and you look at stats, to see a safety get 3 tackles for loss, and I get it, it's against a running team, so you're probably moving him up to the line of scrimmage, kind of having maybe another linebacker more than a safety, but still, great game by Titan Saxton here in this first game. He was a captain. I don't know if they changed captains. He was out at midfield at the first of the game for the flip. So
I think you've got 2 that go out each game, and then you've got 2 that rotate in.
Well, he was one of them for this game, so he's living up to being the captain this game at least. Here's another kind of an interesting little factoid here, little stat. Air Force is down 41-0. They are 100% on passing today. 2 for 2, or 3 for 3 in passing today for 29 yards. Obviously not what they do a lot, but they have completed all of them.
But
so
they are efficient.
If I'm the quarterback out there, or the platooning quarterbacks, you know, one or the other, or a receiver, I'm going to my coach and saying, throw it until we're not 100%. How's that? Let's just chuck it down the field a few times. But anyway.
Yeah, you've got Evan Metters 2 for 2 for 20 yards, and Josiah Bushnell 1 for 1 for the 9.
Yeah, and they're not trying anything down the field or anything. I'm saying it kind of in jest here, that the fact that they're 3 for 3 and down 41-0, but maybe try a few more things out of the passing game. I don't know.
I think that's really the only option you've got if you have any hope to make something happen.
Yeah. And it's interesting because you're down 41-0. Some of these teams that Snow plays that they bury like this, you can tell in the second half that they're buried. I don't think you'll see that out of Air Force Prep. I'll be surprised if you see that out of a military school like Air Force Prep.
So I think you're saying they're not going to break out and do anything different.
I think they're going to keep running their offense, keep learning what they do. I think they're going to come and hit just as hard as they did in the first half. I don't think you're going to see cheap shots like you see a lot of times in these games late when Snow's, again, burying teams. And I'm kind of interested to see what the strategy for Air Force is in the second half.
So the Badgers, three penalties in that first half, 4 penalties for Air Force Prep, but 30 yards against the Badgers, 26 against Air Force Prep.
And Donnie Smith, 10 of 17, 176 yards and 4 touchdowns. So I talked about the fact that he's completed 23 passes coming into this game, and 7 of them had gone for touchdowns. This game, 10 completions, 40%, 4 of them for touchdowns. So that's an efficiency that you're not usually talking about. When you're talking about quarterback efficiency, usually you're just talking about completion percentage. But to be putting it in the air and getting it into the end zone as often as Donnie Smith does is impressive.
All right. Let's take a look at some of the other stats that our producer, Ira Bowman, has put up on the screen.
Ira, I like that.
We've got Air Force with 47 total yards, the Badgers with 235, 176 through the air, only 59 rushing, but as is probably going to be the case second half, you're going to see the Badgers run the ball a lot more.
Yeah. Well, that and to Air Force's credit, I think they did a good job against the run in the first half. They're physical on the lines, but we'll see what the second half brings for sure.
3 turnovers, that's been a big part of this Badger lead, has given the Badgers great field position. In fact, the Badgers will just run these down quickly. They started at their own 48-yard line, the Air Force 19, their own 42, the Air Force 17, their own 45, the Air Force 47, their own 40, and the Air Force 22. So amazing field position.
Yep.
Again, due to the turnovers there, the fumbles, the turnover on downs has given the Badgers good field position.
And then capitalizing on that good field position,
Right.
capitalizing with 6 touchdowns here in the first half. I
Yeah.
mean, just picking up where they left off. We've talked ad nauseum almost about how the schedule gets tougher. The schedule gets tougher. You're not going to see an 70-0 like we did last week, or 56-0. Well, maybe we will, because we are here, 41-0 here.
But there are things the Badgers can still work on. They go on the road for the first time this year, a very tough road trip. Fly all the way. Well, the last time we went to Lackawanna in Scranton, Pennsylvania, we flew to New York and then had a 2.5-hour bus ride back to Scranton, Pennsylvania. But that was when we were flying like Southwest, and
you're not bougie. You weren't bougie then.
Yeah.
Now you're charter flight. La-ti-da, Gary Chittister. What do they feed you on this flight, Gary?
Chick-fil-A a lot of times.
Oh, okay, all right.
I tell you, it has extended my career as the play-by-play announcer for Snow College.
I'll bet.
Because it is a lot easier to do. And let me just give a little plug here, okay? It's really not that much more expensive because you're saving 2 hotel rooms, or not rooms, but 2 nights in a hotel.
60 rooms or whatever they're
Right.
there.
You're saving 2 days of food to feed 75 people that you're going on the road. So, and this year they actually got $20,000 off on the bid price. So, not a bad way to go.
Out of Provo, out of Salt Lake?
Out of Provo.
Wow, that's even better.
Right next to BYU.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Just chartering 2 flights together.
Right. We took off right next to them one of the last times we did that.
Is that Rob Nielsen, you think that? I mean, is that just a whole staff of Snow College and really probably boosters?
I think it's an administration decision. You're keeping the kids in the classroom 1 extra day as well.
That's good.
Which is effective. You're getting back earlier, so they're rested up to be able to go to class on Monday instead of getting back Sunday night and then a quick turnaround to go back to class. So I think it's a wise decision all the way around.
President McKiff, good job.
Yes, thank you very much.
Athletic Director Nielsen, good job.
All right, so we'll take this time out and conclude things here on the Snow College Halftime Show. Visit snow.edu for a full list of what's happening on campus. Snow College is your community college. We'll be back with the start of the second half right after this.
Visits to the dentist cause great anxiety and fear in some people, further jeopardizing oral and overall health. This is Dr. Douglas. We not only deliver optimal dental care, we make you comfortable while we do it.
Douglas Dentistry's patients love listening to music or watching a movie during treatment. Some patients prefer nitrous oxide or laughing gas or conscious sedation.
Call Douglas Dentistry today, 283-3800. That's 283-3800. Find us on Facebook or click on douglasdentistryephrem.com.
Little Caesars of Ephraim and Nephi have expanded to a 3rd location in Gunnison, inside Gunnison Sinclair. Hours Monday to Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Come enjoy classics like crazy bread, cheese, pepperoni, and 3 meat treat pizzas. Little Caesars also offers wings, dip, soda, and an awesome family meal deal, including 2 liters of soda, pepperoni or cheese pizza, and a crazy combo for just $9.99. Come enjoy one of the best deals in America. Little Caesars, Ephraim, Nephi, and Gunnison.
My parents know nothing about gaming. I told them we needed Centricom Fiber because it's by far the fastest and most reliable internet speeds.
Hey bud, dinner's ready. Time to turn off the game box.
All right, this round's almost over.
These days, kids do a lot of their homework online. They talk to their teachers, they receive assignments, and they do research, all from our kitchen table. That's why I chose Centricom Fiber Internet. They have the fastest and most reliable connection, so my kids can stay on top of their schoolwork.
Doesn't that sound relaxing? At Risk Managers, we want to help you always feel that relaxed. So when you hear this, or this, or this, you know that you're protected. Peace of mind insurance solutions for individuals and businesses so that you can always sit back and enjoy your drink.
Want to save money on your internet bill? Who doesn't? You now can save big with a new referral program from MTCC. You can now get a $5 monthly credit for each of your friends who sign up for Fiber Fast Internet or MTCC TV for as long as they remain a customer. Get 10 friends and you get a $50 credit every month for as long as they remain a customer. Now that's savings. Visit manta.com/bringafriend or call or text 435-835-2929 for details. Some restrictions apply. MTCC, connecting your life since 1907.
At CVMC Medical Clinics, our growing team of physicians and advanced providers are shaping what rural healthcare can be. With an array of specialties available in world-class orthopedic medicine, our footprint is always expanding to ensure our personalized approach is reaching as many as possible. Familiar faces and expert knowledge, all of our locations can offer your family full-spectrum care in one place. Available in Nephi, Santaquin, and Fountain Green. CVMC is the place where healthcare is made personal.
San Pete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. San Pete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. San Pete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
I thought there was only one way to do college. I knew I needed training to set me up for a great career, but I didn't have 4 years. Snow helped me discover that college.
And half, Gary Chedester, Greg Sterner with you. Snow College Badgers will be kicking off. Air Force Prep will guard the south end zone. And Greg, what do you want to see here in the second half?
That's tough, Gary, when you're up 40 to nothing, 41-0. It's tough in every one of these games. I don't know. I mean, it's going to be similar to the other games. I would like to see that three-headed monster of not A.J. Tillman running backs. Those
other
backup threes.
Matt Wilson,
and really
Drew
Matt
Patterson,
Wilson maybe is
Lau.
in that same is in that same version as A.J. Tillman as a starter. He has 2 touchdowns today, so. But those other 2 running backs, it's fun to see those other kids on defense out there making some plays that don't get a lot of time in the first half. We've talked about some of the local guys, and really, when it comes to the fourth quarter, we haven't seen the backup quarterbacks really air the ball out. I would like to see maybe Kyson Condi get a chance to chuck the ball down the field a little bit more here in the third quarter. And we'll see if it's Donnie Smith or him that comes out, but. Just see what these backups can do, just like the first 2 games.
All right, Badgers set to kick off. Single man deep, standing at the 5-yard line. Kick is going to be a high, shorter kick. It'll be fielded by one of the side men at the 15 to the 20. Hopes for a hole. There is a little bit of a hole, and out to about the 23-yard line.
Saw those 2 San Pete County special teams players, Dallin Sweat and Cole Mickle, in on that one.
Dallin Sweat, 6 tackles on 8 kickoffs last week.
Yep.
And they're going to give Cole Mickle and Dallin Sweat the credit on that one as well.
Just like I said. Thanks, Gary.
I'm giving you credit.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Was I not adamant enough for you?
No.
Josiah Bushnell, the quarterback. Handoff. Nope. Bobbled the ball, lost it. It goes clear back inside the 15-yard line and recovered there. And the woes for Air Force Prep continue. So here's the tough situation for Air Force Prep. You play them early in the season, they don't have a chance to really get things going. And we know what Snow looked like on their first game of the year. They had some bugs to work out and so forth. But if you play them later in the season, then you run the risk that they had the injuries like they did last year, and then they can't play at all.
Not enough guys. Yeah. Can't even host you. Can't even play because they were supposed to. No, was that one supposed to be here last year? Right?
It was.
Yeah.
So a loss of 10, it'll be 2nd and 20. Badgers 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers. Back to passes Bushnell. Bushnell flushed out of the pocket, has some room to run, tucks it under the shoulder, and gets out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. So he gains all the yardage that they lost plus another 2.
Yeah, we talked about in the first half about when they have that green grass, how it was usually on 3rd or 4th down, and they didn't, or 3rd down, not 4th down, 3rd down, and they didn't want to take the yardage that Snow was giving them. But that time he did a good job to get, about a 13, 14-yard run or so there.
That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. We're going to give him a gain of 3.
13. They were down at.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So third and 7. A little bit more manageable here for Bushnell. Badgers showing blitz again. Here they come right up the middle. Bushnell under pressure, bobbled the ball, dropped it. It's picked up on the bounce, and the Badgers are into the end zone for a touchdown.
I think that was Mario Williams Jr., our still man of the game last week. He just, you saw Bushnell just drop that, Mario pick it up, and unencumbered into the end zone for another touchdown.
Wow, back-to-back possessions are fumbles for Air Force Prep. They fumbled to end the first half, which turned into a touchdown. Now it's going to be a fumble recovery for a touchdown, as Greg mentioned, by Mario Williams. And that's going to be a 10-yard recovery. The extra point is up. The extra point is good as the Badgers get it again into the Mountain America Credit Union end zone. We'll take this opportunity for a timeout. And a word from our sponsors, Central Valley Medical Center timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
I thought there was only one way to do college. I knew I needed training to set me up for a great career, but I didn't have 4 years. Snow helped me discover that college doesn't have to be about sitting in classes, counting down the hours. They showed me a way to get the edge I needed, and fast. The best part was with their low-cost programs and tuition assistance, I didn't have to go into debt. I was able to earn my certificate and start working right away. Snow College. This is college.
Badgers set to kick off again with 13:22 remaining. This kick again, a high, short kick, going to be fielded by one of the up men at the 20, 25, hit at the 26, and taken down at the 28. Flags come in.
On that tackle that time, Jaden Wright. Kid out of Pleasant Grove, picking up the tackle there. Check what that flag is. You can tell that's something the Badgers are trying to do. Holding against Air Force is going to knock them back a little bit further, but you can tell that's something the Badgers are trying to do on kickoffs, because when they want to kick it into the end zone, they do, and when they do that shorter kick, if you mapped it out, if you did a target, like if you're shooting guns, the splatter is very close.
Right.
So the kicker knows what he's doing. He can put it right where he wants to, down near that 20-yard line.
And with the holding call, that's going to move it back inside the 20. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line. So the poor field position continues for the Air Force Prep Huskies. And Medders is back in at quarterback on this 1st and 10. Second drive of the second half. Man in motion. Dive play is busted up. Boy, there are 5 Badgers in the defensive backfield.
Yeah, good luck saying who's in there. You had number 99 again, Colin Lewis, coming in late. I don't think that was the first pick. Ty Smith is who they're giving. Yeah, that's a cornerback, so I don't know if he got in there that quick, but Easton Cook in there as well.
Ashadell is the ball carrier there for no gain.
So, credit to Air Force. Down 48-0. In the second half, how many guys are sitting over there with their helmet off and their head in their hands on the sideline? None.
One?
Well, maybe one. Yeah, I don't even see any, but yeah, maybe there's one. But they're still in the game, and I like that. Their head's in the game,
Shotgun formation here for Medders. Medders hands it off to Ashadell. Ashadell, the right side, picks up about 3 yards. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 7. Ashadell with some speed and is able to get it to the outside corner.
KJ Fisher with the stop for the Badgers, still in the game. We've called his name quite a bit today. Well, every game.
I think that's a credit to us being able to get all of the defensive players mentioned there, Greg.
That's right. That's it. Pat ourselves on the back if you don't mind if we do.
3rd and 7. 2 wideouts, 1 left, 1 right. Man in motion, turns back, goes the other way. Dive play, no. Hand off to the halfback. He's got the first down and more. Still on his feet. And that is going to be...
Is that Metters with it?
I think Metters kept it. Yeah, Metters keeps it for a gain out to the 31-yard line and a first down.
Fooled us and everybody else on the defensive staff of the Badgers.
Just
get a first down. Yeah.
Sorry, just the 5th first down for Air Force. So 1st and 10 out to the 32-yard line. Make it 31. Metters, single setback. Back to pass. Under some pressure. And he's going to be sacked. But a good job to try to muscle forward for maybe picked up 1 from the initial contact.
I think you got KJ Fisher again in on that one for the sack.
And now you've got the Badgers starting defensive line of Junior Kafusi and Jesse Wilson saying, hey, we want a part of that. So they're back in.
Wow. Yeah. Easton Cook in on that one as well. Something that's been interesting these first 3 games. How many pocket passes have we seen against the Badgers where a quarterback could just stand in the pocket? We can come back to that after this play, but
not many.
Yeah.
Handoff, Metters trying to break it to the outside and not much there.
But how many times does a quarterback just stand back there? That little pocket creates around him, whether he's out of the gun, out of the shotgun, or under center, and he's just dropped back, been able to read the defense and throw a pass.
I don't know that there's been any.
Has there been one time in 2.5 plus games, Gary?
I can't think of it.
That's a testament to that defensive line and the scheme that the Badgers put out there.
2nd down and 13 after that loss.
They're talking about something, so I'm wondering if there's a penalty on the field. Yeah.
Personal foul face mask. So that's going to be a first down.
Yeah.
Badgers have done pretty well on eliminating the penalties.
Well, Coach Erikson talked about it in your pregame interview with him. Last game they didn't have any on defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes face mask is accidental. I mean, you're just trying to stop the running back, and if he lowers his head a little bit and gets in where you thought you were going to grab his chest.
Yeah.
Not always is it intentional, is what I'm trying to say. 1st and 10. Metters keeps it. Goes straight forward. And again, the defense just converging.
I think that was Caden Miller that was the first one in there for the Badgers, number 36.
A gain of 2 for Metters out to the 45-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 8.
For those folks who listen to us every game, you hear us complain about numbers on the field. I'll tell you one thing. These orange jerseys with blue numbers are infinitely easier to read the numbers than the orange numbers on the blue.
I agree with you.
Yeah, so much easier.
And the blue numbers on the white is really easy.
Yeah, that's right.
2nd down and 8 for the Huskies of Air Force Prep. 2 men in motion, that's going to be a penalty. Metters back to pass, and he is hit. Bounces out and looks downfield now, just throws it away.
So you basically force the Badgers now to take that penalty, whereas if they would have just tackled him 5 yards in the backfield, right?
I do think you do take the penalty. I mean, they took it last time.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So instead of 3rd and 8, you're going to have 2nd and 13. Oh, they just when we think we know what we're talking about, the penalty is declined. So it'll be 3rd and 8.
I guess where I was going with that is if you sack the quarterback after that penalty gets thrown, you're obviously going to decline it.
Right.
And Metters rolling out like that at least had made Snow think about it.
So 3rd and 8 here for the Air Force Prep Huskies. Two wide outs, one left, one right. Man in motion. Metters gives it to the dive play, and the Badgers meet that running back right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1 yard, and that is all. Caden Miller again in on the tackle there. And that'll force a punting situation here for the Huskies. Thanks to Tiffany Brown, who gave us a compliment. Did she text you too?
She did. She told us we're doing a good job, so you bet.
Fourth down punting situation. Badgers back deep to receive. I think it's Brown, Matt Brown. Low kick away from Brown. He lets it go, and it takes a Badger bounce. It's going to go out of bounds. Where are they going to mark it? 21-yard line?
Was that DJ at back? I think that was DJ Overstreet.
Oh, was it?
There. Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah.
So the Badgers will take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line. Worst field position of the game for Snow College.
Yeah, that's true. And still in front of the 21-yard or 20-yard line. Excuse me.
We got DJ or Donnie. Yep, Donnie Smith comes out at quarterback. I think first series, second half. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. You know, Coach Erikson knows what he's doing. It just surprises me.
Handoff straight ahead, and not much there. And you mentioned it. Badgers have not had a lot of luck running the ball against this Air Force team.
Yeah, what did they have in the first half? What do we got? Well, 11 carries for 59 yards, which you're happy with that, of course. I mean, against Lackawanna, you're going to be perfectly happy with a 5.5 yard average.
Right.
Again, some of these games when you're up by 40 points, you kind of expect maybe a little bit more. But Air Force has done a good job against the run, especially the runs right up the middle.
7.5 minutes remaining. Third quarter. Handoff again to the Badgers. Breaking to the outside. Lowering the shoulder is Tillman, and Tillman's going to have the first down.
A.J. Tillman says, I'll show you two what I think about we're not running the ball well.
Well, yeah. Well, and we've talked about how Laofo has been so effective as the fourth-string running back.
Yeah.
And maybe Tillman and Brown and Patterson do need a few more touches. 1st and 10. Badgers out to the 37-yard line. Long snap count. Now Donnie looks to the sideline. Again, has A.J. Tillman in the backfield. Tillman moves from the left side to the right side. Two wide out, split wide to the left. Handoff Tillman, left side. Breaks a tackle. He's going to have 5 yards as he drags the defender.
Yeah, drug a couple of them that time and ran over one at the end there.
And we've talked about this too. The different styles of all four of these running backs is been fun to watch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A.J. Tillman, a lot of power, some quickness. Brown, probably the quickest out of all of them.
Wilson,
yeah
Matt Wilson. Uh-huh.
2nd down and 4. A.J. Tillman again. Tillman breaks a tackle right up the middle. He's got the first down, and he's into Husky territory at the 45.
Yeah, they're wanting to establish this running game, and maybe that's why Donnie Smith is out there. Maybe this is Coach Zach Erikson saying, okay, we're going to let's passing game worked well in the first half. Let's work on the running game here on this first drive of the second.
Trip split wide to the left. Single wide out, wide right for Snow. A.J. Tillman on the left side of Donnie Smith. 1st and 10 at the 45. Donnie now looks to the sidelines. 10 seconds on the play clock. Shandon King is the lone wide out to the right. 4 seconds. A.J. Tillman moves from left to right. The Badgers don't get it away. Yeah, they do. I didn't think they did. Pass downfield. Pass is going to be caught. Nope, they say he's out of bounds.
Oh, boy, if Shannon King would have got the feet in there, that would have been a highlight reel. He was trying to toe drag that one, wasn't he?
He was. I don't know if we can see that again, but that was close. And he did everything he could to try to keep that toe down.
Yeah.
So it'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Badgers. Now the Badgers shift, and they're going to go 3 wide outs to the right side. A.J. Tillman on the left of Donnie Smith and a single wide out left. Now A.J. moves from left to right. On 2nd and 10. Low snap. Donnie picks it up. Throws. He's got the quick out. Pass is going to be caught. And a big hit, and do the Badgers lose it? Yes, they do. A big hit, and the Badgers lose it on the fumble. Pass was caught by Nigel Jr.
Let's watch that replay there, see what happened at the end.
Yep, popped right out of his hands. And so the Badgers' first turnover of the game is going to give it back to the Huskies, and they'll have it at their own 29-yard line.
I'm trying to think for a minute. Donnie Smith has not thrown an interception this season.
Right.
Have they fumbled? Is that the first turnover of the year? I'm trying to think if
that's
there might have been a running.
we had the punt fumble.
Oh, that's right.
In the very first game.
Yeah,
so that's
right.
only the second turnover.
Yeah.
A reminder, a big thanks to our sponsors, Sanpete Valley Hospital, Douglas Dentistry, Little Caesars, Risk Managers Insurance, Cache Valley Bank, Utah Heritage Credit Union, and CO Building Systems. Bushnell back to pass, got a man in the flats. Pass is going to be caught. That's going to be enough for a first down out over the 40-yard line.
Nathaniel Stanley on the reception that time.
Yep.
And still 100% for the Huskies throwing the ball today. 4 for 4 now.
Centricom, Anti-Telephone, and Central Valley Medical Center also sponsors. Make Snow College football a possibility on Snow Badger TV and on KMTI, AM 650. 1st and 10 for the Huskies. Bushnell at quarterback in shotgun. Here comes the jet sweep. They've got a blocker ahead. And a nice opening. Best play from line of scrimmage on the carry is Dante Archie, 5'11", 185-pound tailback.
Excellent blocking out there, wasn't there? Just to give him that little bit of space, and then he gets drug out of bounds, or kind of thrown out of bounds at the end of that play. Good tackle by Brooks Esplin again, but I think it probably hurt Dante Archie here. He went down to the ground now.
So we'll take this opportunity for a timeout as we have the injury. This is going to be a Central Valley Medical Center timeout. Having chronic knee pain from a worn-out knee? Check out the new ROSA knee robotic technology at CVMC. Call 435-623-3200. We'll be back after this.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business, including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim. 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
Welcome back to Badger Stadium. Gary Chedester and Greg Sterner with you in the third quarter. 4:21 remaining. The Badgers lead at 48-0 as we check that Utah Heritage Credit Union scoreboard. Utah Heritage Credit Union for auto, home, and new home construction loans. What am I missing?
Greg Sterner.
Talk to Greg Sterner for a loan.
Never knew how good that advertisement was going to pay out this year until the Badgers score 100 points every game. Have to check that scoreboard about 40 times a game.
1st and 10 from the 31. Here's the pitch coming to the near side. Not much there. And coming up and making the tackle for the Snow College Badgers and getting a yell from the crowd here is Mario Williams Jr.
Yeah, Mario Williams Jr. again. Coming from that linebacker position. He got our steal man of the game last week because of how often he's in the backfield, and another tackle for loss right there by him.
That's going to be a loss of 3 back to the 34-yard line, 2nd and 13. Clock continues to run. We've only had one score here in the third quarter. Both teams running the ball and running the clock as well with it.
Yeah.
Bushnell back to pass out of shotgun. Throws on the crossing route. Too high. Incomplete.
Can't believe there wasn't a holding flag that came out there. That was as egregious as a holding as you're going to see right at the line of scrimmage, but doesn't come out. Maybe just wanting to keep the game moving are the refs.
It does stop the clock, however, at the 34-yard line, 3rd and 13. Not too often that we've seen Air Force prep in that shotgun, but once in a while they do They do bring that out.
Was that the first incompletion right there?
Yeah. You got it. Yeah. I was just going to say that. Empty backfield here for Bushnell. 2 wideouts to the right and 2 tight ends. Back to passes Bushnell, rolls out, has the tight end. They throw to him, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds short of the first down. It'll bring up 4th and about 8.
I love, and I've talked about this in games with you, Gary, I love when you have the tight end there, just block for just a moment, get a little bit of a chip on that D end, turn him around a little bit, and then get your quarterback rolling out that same direction. It's good for 4, 5, 6 yards. It's really not the best play for 15.
Right. But we're going to have a field goal attempt here from the 36-yard line. That kick is going to be blocked, and it goes into the end zone. The Badgers can pick it up. They decide not to. And we have a Badger player down. No, he's okay. Is that
Jesse Wilson?
I think it is Jesse Wilson.
He was just laying there.
He was taking a break.
Yeah, right.
Hard work.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know who got their hand on that one or if it was just a low kick. It looked like it got blocked, didn't it?
It did to me.
Yeah.
It really did to me.
Yeah.
So the Badgers are going to take over 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line. The Badgers fumbled on their last possession, their first possession of the second half. They fumbled. But the defense did get a score here in the second half.
Yep, Mario Williams Jr. took that ball in from about 10 yards out after it was fumbled by the quarterback and got his first touchdown in Badger blue or orange, as is the case today.
Donnie Smith still in at quarterback. Play action, pass out in the flats, a wide receiver screen. That's going to gain about 4.
Yeah, so obviously Coach Erikson's still wanting to work on some things, just like we talked about on that last drive with his quarterback. Pretty fast-moving third quarter, as you mentioned, Gary. Both teams running the ball, as obviously Air Force always does.
So 2nd and 5. Handoff Tillman. Tillman behind the offensive line, picks up the first down out over the 40 to the 42-yard line. I think it was Tillman. Yes. So A.J. Tillman gets the carry. Tillman is now 9 carries, 66 yards. Make it 10 carries, 74 yards, 7.4 average.
Yeah, great average. We talked about Matt Wilson's average after those first 2 games. He had a really high yard per carry average. I think he's, 12 carries for 195 yards coming into this game, so still 10-plus yards per carry.
And off Tillman again. Nope, Donnie keeps it. Play action, pass downfield, caught by DJ Overstreet. DJ is into Husky territory, out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Another Badger first down, another Douglas Dentistry first down. Douglas Dentistry in Ephraim should be your first choice in dentistry and oral health, from general sedation, dentistry to teeth whitening and tooth replacement even. And I've got a new phone number for them, 435-258-9001. Donnie Smith, quick pass. DJ Overstreet again. DJ dropped it this time, incomplete.
Good hit out there by number 32 for Air Force. Jack Matronga created that incomplete pass. It was right on the numbers, and then DJ just dropped that because of the hit.
That stops the clock with 1:09 remaining here in the third quarter. Frischnick wide left. DJ Overstreet in the slot to the left. Shandon King wide to the right. Eggett in motion from the tight end. Handoff goes to Tillman. Tillman is going to be very close to the first down. They might have him just barely short, or they're going to give it to him. I think he's got it now.
Those interior runs here in this second half have worked, haven't they?
They really have.
Yeah, yep, those offensive line imposing their will like they have in the first 2 games.
Well, you've got a big offensive line, and I can see where they might have gotten in the ear of Zach Erikson, said, hey, coach, let's just power this down the field. Again, Tyler Brumfield on that offensive line.
Yeah, big kid.
Yeah, making some holes. 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Again, Eggett in motion from left to right. Play action. Smith Over the middle, got DJ Overstreet, incomplete.
Yeah, just that one was short. Donnie's got to put a little bit more air under that and let DJ Overstreet run under it. Don't let that defender be able to recover and run underneath it.
Yeah, you try to overthrow DJ Overstreet.
Yeah,
I dare you.
Right, exactly. He's got some wheels.
23.3 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. After the incomplete pass, it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 35. Shandon King and DJ Overstreet, wide out to the right.
Same formation, isn't it?
Yeah. Hand off to Tillman. Tillman gets behind that offensive line and just powers for the first down. I think he's got it again. Yep, the line judge on this side says give it to him again. That's the 4th first down on this drive. Another Douglas Dentistry first down. Douglas Dentistry with in-house financing as well. Show off that smile as we end the third quarter of play. Checking the Utah Heritage Credit Union scoreboard. Snow College 48, Air Force nothing. We'll be back with the start of the fourth quarter in 60 seconds.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Little Caesars of Ephraim and Nephi have expanded to a 3rd location in Gunnison, inside Gunnison Sinclair. Hours Monday to Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Come enjoy classics like crazy bread, cheese, pepperoni, and 3-meat treat pizzas. Little Caesars also offers wings, dip, soda, and an awesome family meal deal, including 2 liters of soda, pepperoni or cheese pizza, and a crazy combo for just $9.99. Come enjoy one of the best deals in America. Little Caesars, Ephraim, Nephi, and Gunnison.
1st and 10 as we come back to start the fourth quarter here. Snow College Badgers with their 2nd possession of the second half. Donnie Smith still at quarterback. A.J. Tillman, his running back to the left. Overstreet in motion. Play action. Wide receiver screen is not going to go anywhere. No gain.
Read really well there by Joshua Hendricks for Air Force Prep. He saw that coming and was right on the receiver.
Usually you see the Badgers run that play when you've got trips or at least twins out there. That time they motioned out of it and threw to a single man out there. But they did pull out there with their tackle.
After
just
this
a different
play, unless this is a touchdown, after this play, something going through my mind of why you still have your quarterback in there. Nothing wrong with it. Well, really not just your quarterback, your entire starting offense.
Tillman moves from left to right. Badgers have 2 wideouts right, 2 wideouts left. Tillman now motions empty backfield. Donnie, a long time to throw, goes to the man out in the flats. Is that Tillman? Or did Tillman go deep? And that's your wide receiver. Oh, it is Shandon King.
Yeah, that's your check down. Good job by Donnie Smith. That was probably about his 4th progression. He had a few guys on the outside and then just went down, took the 7 or 8 yards that he could get since nothing was open in the end zone.
Brings up 3rd and short. Now a full house backfield as you've got Patterson and Tillman in the backfield on either side of Donnie Smith. Donnie hands it off to Tillman. Tillman has the first down and more. Lowers the shoulder, and he's inside the 10-yard line. So another Douglas Dentistry first down.
Riker Kill, the center, out lead blocking that time. Kid from Morgan High School making some great blocks out front.
Handoff again, Tillman. Tillman breaks a tackle. Tillman trying to get to the end zone, just short as he gets down to the 1-yard line on 1st and goal.
Boy, he went down, but did he deliver some punishment. Nice open field tackle out there by number 40 for Air Force Prep. We don't have a number 40. I would have loved to have said your name if your parents are watching us on YouTube.
Under 13 minutes to go. Handoff, A.J. Tillman into the end zone. Touchdown, Snow College.
Okay, we got a minute here.
All right. Go for it.
Do you, as a coach, does Zach Erikson have a responsibility? you want your kids moving on to the next level.
Right.
Does he have a little bit of an expectation to some of these guys that are starters that, okay, we're playing not the toughest schedule these first 3 games, but he wants them to be looked at by colleges. He wants them to be able to be seen. So, yes, I'm going to let you get your touches. I'm going to let you get your numbers. Not numbers to try and rub it in anybody's face, but numbers to try and keep them on the forefront of some of these colleges' minds. I don't know. I don't know if you want to take a break and we can talk about it later, but anyway.
Let's do that. Let's take a break, and we'll be back with the kickoff right after this 30-second timeout.
In the days of the mountain men, Cache Valley, Utah became a central gathering place for trappers and explorers. They named it Cache because it was there they would store their goods and come together to trade and connect. This spirit of community continues today at Cache Valley Bank with locations and services throughout Utah, including 3 branches right here in San Pete County. They're Central Utah's financial outfitter. No matter your mountain, they want to see you reach the top. Cache Valley and Central Utah are rooted in grand expeditions. Let's keep that heritage alive together. Discover Cache Valley Bank. Mountains await. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back as the Badgers set to kick off. A high end-over-end kick going to be taken inside the 10 at the 8-yard line on the far side of the field to the 15, the 20. No, not to the 20. I was going to say to the 20, but the Badger special teams converges there.
Is that Mario Williams, 34? I thought it was 74 out there, but it might have been Mario Williams Jr. again. Jaden Wright, they say, number 27, getting in on that tackle. You did see A.J. Tillman go in this white tent right here.
Really?
And you don't
That's
like
not
that,
good.
Gary, when you got your starters in 55-0 at the end of the third quarter, start of the fourth quarter. You hate to see that. Hopefully just a retape or something.
Air Force Prep Huskies take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Medders is back in at quarterback. He goes with 2 wideouts left, 1 wideout right. And dive play, trying to break to the outside. Great solo tackle. Who is that?
KJ Fisher.
KJ Fisher on the tackle. Thank you.
Yeah, he's had a great game. He's one of those in the running for the steel man of the game, I would say. Titan Saxton's going to be tough to beat for that one, but we'll see. Is Titan still out there? I'm looking at
that's
that
what
other
I'm trying
safety.
to see, yeah.
Go get a pick, Titan, and you're going to wrap up that that steel man of the game for sure. But got Little Caesars player of the game as well to give away.
Thank you for reminding me of that. 2nd down and 12. Badgers show blitz. Medders back to pass, and he is swallowed up.
Just impossible to create a pocket like that, especially coming from under center. If you're not going to go in the gun and take that snap 3 or 4 yards behind your center, if you're coming from under center trying to drop back, a 5 or 7 step drop, it's just not going to happen.
They're going to give Brian Cuthbertson the credit on that sack as he comes from that middle linebacker position. And we have mentioned that. It's just there's just no time for a quarterback with that D-line. And the Badgers come with a blitz once in a while, but not every time. So credit the D-backs, the safeties, the cornerbacks for good coverage.
Sure, yep.
3rd and long.
Oh, jeez. It's a slow developing play in the backfield. That's going nowhere. Oh, sorry to cut off your play-by-play there, Gary, but that is, you could see that from the first second that ball was snapped. That is going nowhere in the backfield.
Noah McNair got the handoff, but there were Badgers all around him by the time he got the ball. That's going to be 4th and 20, and Air Force is going to be forced to punt from their own end zone.
Give credit to Easton Cook on that one. We've called his name a lot today as well.
So this punt will come from the end zone. The Badgers have been close, and they put some pressure on this punt. And that one is dropped. Credit the kicker to finally get it away. And it's going to go out of bounds inside the 35-yard line.
Another great field position for the Badgers here. Try and tack on to that 55-0 score with 10:36 left here in the fourth quarter.
And they mark it out of bounds right at the 29-yard line, it looks like. I don't know that I've seen a game that the Badgers have had better field position for an entire game like they have here in this Air Force game.
Right, absolutely.
Oh, now they mark it at the 33-yard line. So the Badgers take over 1st and 10 at the Air Force 33. Patterson in a running back now, and he's to the left of Donnie Smith. 2 wideouts wide to the left, 1 wideout wide to the right. Quick pass out to DJ Overstreet. Overstreet makes a nice move and gets down to the 21-yard line. That's going to be enough for a first down. Another Douglas Dentistry first down.
Ace Lumpras with a great open field tackle out there with DJ Overstreet having a little bit of a head of steam looking for that end zone.
Again, the new phone number that I have for Douglas Dentistry, 435-258-9001. Show off that smile. 1st and 10. Patterson gets the handoff. A little delay action. Breaks a tackle. Flag on the play.
Yeah, what's that flag right there?
And now they change it. Probably going to be holding. After he threw it, I thought that's nowhere near a block. But now they're going to come up and say, I think holding.
Again, that little counter action when you have the pulling lineman from the right side coming to the left. Drew Patterson lets it set up, does a great job to let that set up and have a lot of room, but maybe had a lot of room because of a hold.
Maybe.
Yeah, could have added to it at least.
So with the penalty, because it's marked from the point of the infraction, it's going to bring up 1st and 12 at the 25-yard line. So the running back with the higher numbers, Laofo, might not even get in this game. Badgers going with Patterson and Wilson and A.J. Tillman. Patterson gets a gain of maybe 5. Make it 4. It'll bring up 2nd and 9. Nine minutes and 15 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. Badgers lead at 55-0. If the Badgers can pitch a shutout here, that'd be 3 straight games with goose eggs on the scoreboard.
Yep.
I don't know when the Badgers have done that before. Patterson to the left of Smith. Quick pass to the man in the flats. On the reception is Cash Kayo. We haven't called his name until now.
Yeah, you saw him on a couple of plays earlier. No completions, but a tight end. Big, tall tight end out there, the backup to Eggett.
So it'll be 3rd and short here. Again, Patterson to the left of Smith. Smith looks again, this time to the end zone, and way overthrows Reggie Smith. So, do we see a field goal from the Badgers or go for it here on 4th and 2? Looks like they're going to go for it.
Yeah, Matt Wilson coming into the game.
Wilson in. DJ Overstreet comes out.
Just need a couple of yards, so you wonder if they'll have that full house backfield like you mentioned earlier. Nope, but they are going to have... Oh, yeah, they will. Yep.
So you've got Patterson to the left and Wilson to the right. You got 2 wideouts, 1 left, 1 right. Handoff goes to Patterson. Patterson has the first down inside the 10. Another Douglas Dentistry first down. Show off that smile. Call 435-258-9001 for Douglas Dentistry. That's the 21st first down for the Badgers.
Wow.
They've now rushed the ball 24 times for 159 yards.
100 here in the second half then.
Yeah, that's correct. See how quick you are? That banking pays off, doesn't it?
It's something.
Man with numbers. Wilson trying to stretch it out to the right. Wow, breaks a tackle and does pick up a yard or 2.
That broken tackle gave him about a yard or 2 is all, but it was an athletic-looking play. He kind of amazes us a lot, doesn't he?
Oh.
With his juke moves.
Yes, he is very elusive, very quick.
Puts guys on skates, as they like to say.
I like that. 7:25, clock continues to count here in the fourth quarter. Badgers taking their time, look to the sidelines. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line, 7-yard line. Play clock down to 10. Full house backfield with Matt Wilson and Patterson, Drew Patterson. Play action. Pass intended for Reggie Frischnick, incomplete. That is the most uncomfortable I've seen Donnie Smith. It looked like he was just shuffling his feet a little bit, didn't get set.
Maybe a little bit in a hurry. It looked like Reggie Frischnick had a step on that little slant route on the outside. Just a little bit too far ahead of him, though.
That stops the clock at 7:03. 3rd and goal for the Badgers. Again at the 7-yard line. Again, you've got Wilson and Patterson. No, is it Patterson or did A.J. Tillman come in? Handoff. Nope. Play action. Pass is going to go short. Into the end zone, touchdown, and that goes to Patterson. Yeah. So a 7-yard touchdown pass from Donnie Smith to Drew Patterson.
And that's similar to that last one to A.J. Tillman when you have your back just go in motion, come just kind of scrape down the offensive line, or the line of scrimmage, excuse me, and then just have your quarterback roll that same direction, pitch and catch. He has a full head of steam, does the running back as he catches it, just turns it upfield for a couple of yards into the end zone.
Rosequist for the extra point attempt here. Snap is good, the placement's good, the kick is up, and the kick is good. And the Badgers lead it by a score of 62-0. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this 30-second timeout.
San Pete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. San Pete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. San Pete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
Welcome back as we're set for the kickoff here at Badger Stadium, Terry Foote Stadium, and Robert Stoddard Field on the campus of Snow College. This is a high end over end kick, going to be taken inside the 5-yard line to the 10, the 15, the 20, and working behind the blockers out to the 30-yard line. Nice return.
Best one of the game. Really.
Yeah, and almost best field position.
Yeah.
Best field position was the 35 for Air Force Prep. And this one will be at the 31. So the Badger offense gets their first touchdown here in the second half. Greg?
Well, the second.
Second,
that's
right.
That A.J. Tillman 1-yard run. But I'm trying to look. I think is that 5 touchdown passes for Donnie Smith?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes.
Yeah. Excellent game for him.
Bushnell back to pass, flushed out of the pocket, rolls to the left, looks downfield, throws, got a man right on the sidelines.
Went out of bounds first.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you see that, you see that the official on the other side throw his hat. That means the offensive player went out of bounds and then came back in and was the first one to touch it. So it's going to be illegal touchback. If they say he caught it in bounds, it would have been brought back anyway. I think that's what they said.
Yeah, I agree. Now they're coming over to talk to Snow. Nope, no, they're not.
Yeah, so if you're an offensive player and you're not forced out of bounds, if you go out of bounds on your own accord and then come back in, you can't be the first person to touch the ball on a reception.
Badgers jumped, but they did not get back, and now they blow the whistle. They're going to say illegal procedure on the Huskies. So false start is going to be moved back 5 yards. 6 minutes and 36 seconds remaining here, fourth quarter. The Badgers pitching their third shutout of the season. They won game 1 56-0, game 2 70-0, and they lead here 62-0.
Right on the average, right? Well,
yep.
Or I guess a point below the average, right? Yeah. Of the first two.
2nd and 15. Bushnell at quarterback. 2 wideouts split wide to the left, 1 to the right. Badgers in single coverage. Bushnell looks to the right, throws to the man out of the backfield, and a nice open field tackle that time. Number 27 for the Badgers, Jaden Wright.
Yeah, Noah McNair with the reception, and Jaden Wright did a good job, open field tackle to bring down the receiver. Air Force Prep, we've talked about it a lot. They're a triple option team. They're going to run the ball a lot. They they don't have a lot of time to throw, but when they get passes away and don't get sacked, or they look competent throwing the ball. You know what I mean? Like the passes are usually on the money.
6 out of 9.
Yeah.
But only 9 attempts.
Yeah.
3rd and 12. Man in motion. Bushnell runs the option. Badgers stretching it out. He's going to keep it, turn the shoulder, get up the field, and picks up good yardage, goes out of bounds inside the 40 mark at the 38-yard line.
So for a triple option team, how many times have we seen that right there, where they've actually got outside with the quarterback and had that little bit of a separation with the running back on like a traditional triple option team? Just haven't seen that very often today, even though that's kind of the formation they're running out of a lot.
Haven't seen it a lot, and I think that defense is just been in the backfield a lot.
Yep.
4th and 3. Badgers with the single setback. Somebody late coming on the field. They get everybody out there. Plenty of time to get this kick away. It's a low driving kick. It's going to take a great bounce. Badgers touch it. Now they pick it up at the 10. Trying to get some room to run. The 15, flag on the play, and they're going to come down at the 19, but again, flag on the play is probably going to push that back a little bit further.
Tristan Hudson on the return there.
We've seen Hudson back there on those punts, and I think he could be electrifying.
Yeah.
He's got some quickness, some good moves.
Yeah, it seemed like at the first of the season, he was the one that started it. He had that fumble on the very first one, but he was out on the next one in the very first game. But has kind of been rotated between he and DJ Overstreet.
Well, they finally mark off the penalty after I wrote down where they were going to start. It was at the 19. So it should be just barely inside the 10, and it is. So the Badgers take over 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line. And it looks like Condi's out there, at quarterback, low snap. Condi hands it off. Have we got Laofo now in at running back? We have not seen him yet. Nope, that's going to be Wilson. Wilson the carry, a gain of 1, maybe 1.5, out to the 11-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 9. Badgers go with 2 wideouts, a single wideout left and a single wideout right. Now they move somebody out into the slot to the right. I think that is Cale McCoy who moved out into the slot. Condi, long snap count here, in shotgun. Hands it off to Wilson again. Wilson slips, fumbles the ball. It's loose. It's picked up by Air Force Prep.
But the whistles were blowing as he picked it up.
Oh, they're going to say the runner's down. So no turnover.
You're seeing Laofo coming in now for his first action at running back.
Not too often have the Badgers been behind the sticks in this game. But now they're facing a 3rd and 11. So Laofo, as Greg mentioned, checks in. Eggett comes out. And the Badgers are going to go with 2 wideouts left. A single wideout right. Boy, a lot of moving around here. Still plenty of time on the play clock, though. 15 seconds. So 2 wideouts right, 2 wideouts left is the final formation here for Condi. Condi brings a man in motion. They're going to run the jet sweep. Bubbles deep in the backfield, and that's going to not even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Badgers not able to do much that time. They're going to have to punt it with just under 3 minutes left here in this one. You wondered if they'd be able to put one of those 4-minute drives together where you're
run the clock out.
Yeah, just get a couple of first downs, be able to nail it out.
So the Badgers in punt formation. This is only their 3rd punt of the game.
And Air Force is going to have a chance to get some decent field position, try and break that goose egg here.
This will definitely, should be their best field position. And now we have a flag on the play. I think the Badgers had illegal participation. I think they might have had too many people on the field when they broke the huddle. Boy, and in this field position, you hate to see that penalty.
Yeah, you're putting your punter's heels right by that back line. Back line of the end zone here.
So it'll be 4th and 15 from the 5-yard line.
I don't think Coach Erikson will be happy if that shutout streak is broken by a 2-point safety here. So got to execute this.
4th and 15, punt from the end zone here. And the kick is away. It's not a very good kick, but it's not going to be returned either. And the Badgers are going to down it at the 32-yard line. So this, by far, is the best field position for Air Force Prep as they take over in Badger territory at the 35.
So we got 2 minutes and 9 seconds left. You're going to have, both teams have all 3 timeouts. Badgers aren't going to be taking one, obviously. Air Force has 3 timeouts. You got the 2-minute warning, which is in college football now. So in a 62-0 game, we got a little bit of intrigue to see if Snow can keep a goose egg on the scoreboard for the season.
Well, the Badgers definitely going to be playing for pride here to keep that goose egg on the field.
And so's Air Force to try and break it.
Right. Metters at quarterback on this last possession here. Back to passes Metters. Metters has time, steps up, goes downfield. Incomplete. Good defensive effort out there.
Yeah, good coverage out there. Trying to get a number. It's number 9 on the end. We'll see if we can get
Brooks Esplin?
No. Might have been Nate Anderegg, 29.
Oh, I thought you said 9.
Yeah, 9 at the end.
Oh, at the end.
49?
Yeah, probably Anderegg.
49?
Anderegg is a backup.
Caden Sweets.
So 2nd and 10 for the Huskies, still outside of the 2-minute mark. Handoff. Nope. Metters keeps it. Metters breaks a tackle, still on his feet. Taken down. He's fumbling the ball. Was he down? I think they're saying he was down. I think they're saying that he hit the ground and the ball came loose. So Air Force Prep's going to have the first down at the 15-yard line. And that is going to be the 2-minute warning with 1:54 remaining. We'll take this opportunity for a Central Valley Medical Center timeout. From orthopedics to pediatrics you can trust. CVMC. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Doesn't that sound relaxing? At Risk Managers, we want to help you always feel that relaxed. So when you hear this, or this, or this, you know that you're protected. Peace of mind insurance solutions for individuals and businesses so that you can always sit back and enjoy your drink.
Welcome back to the Snow College campus. Terry Foote Stadium, Robert Stoddard Field. Gary Chedester and Greg Sterner with you. Air Force Prep Huskies have the ball with under 2 minutes to go, 1:54. This is their deepest penetration into the red zone of Snow College. They have the ball at the 15-yard line. Metters at quarterback. Metters pitches back. On the sweep to the left, not much there. The Badgers keep him in bounds. And so Air Force Prep's going to have to burn a timeout eventually here, I would think.
Doesn't look like they're going to take it here. Good rally to the ball by the Badgers there. A bunch of Badgers there to keep the ball carrier in bounds and bring him to the ground. Only about a 2-yard gain.
That'll bring up 2nd and 8. They break the huddle with 1.5 remaining. Metters now in shotgun formation and a single setback. 2 wideouts right, 2 wideouts left. Man in motion now. Metters is going to keep it, trying to get to the outside. Tripped up right at the line of scrimmage. Who comes up with that play? 42?
Yep. That is Easton Cook again. He's been on the last 2 plays.
Good job by Cook. That's going to be a loss back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10. Under a minute to go here. Badgers have not brought in their starters to try to keep that goose egg on. Empty backfield now for Metters. Metters has 3 wideouts split wide to the right. Now the tight end comes back to the left. And Air Force Prep's going to have to burn a timeout here with 37.5 remaining. We'll take the timeout as well. And we'll check that Utah Heritage Credit Union scoreboard on the way out. Snow College 62, Air Force nothing with 37.5 seconds remaining. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Visits to the dentist cause great anxiety and fear in some people, further jeopardizing oral and overall health. This is Dr. Douglas. We not only deliver optimal dental care, we make you comfortable while we do it.
Douglas Dentistry's patients love listening to music or watching a movie during treatment. Some patients prefer nitrous oxide or laughing gas or conscious sedation.
Call Douglas Dentistry today, 283-3800. That's 283-3800. Find us on Facebook or click on douglasdentistryephrem.com.
Welcome back once again to the Snow College campus. 3rd down and 10 to go for the Huskies of Air Force Prep. Empty backfield for Metters. Metters with 2 wideouts split wide to the right, 2 tight ends. Metters back to pass, looks to the right, flushed out of the pocket, rolls to the right, throws to the tight end. Tight end is hit right at the, well, I guess he's downfield about 4 yards. He's going to be taken down at the 11-yard line.
He had an open man in the corner of the end zone and just didn't see him. Right on that same plane, just deeper in the end zone, and decided to go short to the tight end.
Another timeout taken here for the Huskies with 23.9 seconds remaining. We'll take the timeout as well. Another Central Valley Medical Center timeout. We'll be back after this.
We are all part of a team. Whether you are the quiet hero or the newest recruit, the steady anchor, or the moral support, your team needs you. At Intermountain Health, San Pete Valley Hospital, we want to be part of your team. Partner with us on your health and continue to be a game changer for your teammates.
4th down. And Air Force Prep is not going to kick a field goal here with 23.9 remaining.
Interesting.
Metters at quarterback, again an empty backfield. 2 wideouts right, 1 wideout left. Again, 2 tight ends. Badgers got to keep an eye on those tight ends. Metters under pressure, steps up, throws a bullet across the middle of the end zone. And it's knocked down incomplete. Boy, Metters really had some heat on that. I thought he had somebody open, but knocking it down, I believe, was Cam Mamalis.
Yep. Maybe could have picked that off, but just knocks it down. Gives the Badgers the ball back. Keeps that goose egg on the scoreboard for the entire season.
That's so impressive. Fun. Of course, they are going to be tested next week in Scranton, Pennsylvania against Lackawanna. Lackawanna had a big win here tonight, or this afternoon, I guess I should say. I'll see if I can call that up here. Not very quickly, but now I'm having a hard time finding it. 24-7 over Lewisburg. Badgers will take a knee, and that will end the ball game. The Badgers with the win. Let's take a quick timeout here, and we will come back with a post-game interview from head coach Zach Erikson. We'll do that right after this 60-second timeout.
If you've ever ridden an ATV, you know how much fun they are. They're helpful for small jobs, too. Our credit union is your first stop for an ATV loan. Since we're member-owned and not-for-profit, it's a smart stop to make.
Utah Heritage Credit Union, your local credit union, federally insured by NCAA. Online at utahheritagecu.org.
At MTCC, we're more than just internet people. We're the connecting your life people. For the past 115 years and counting, MTCC has been the local industry leader in connecting people and businesses by providing professional service with the best options in technology. If you need phone, TV, or internet service for your home or business, come see the experts at MTCC. Call or text us today at 435-835-2929. MTCC, connecting your life since 1907.
Welcome back to the post game after their Badger win. Snow College Badgers 62 and Air Force Prep 0. Greg, it really hurts Air Force when they get behind early because the offense is just not built to come back from big plays. They stuck with it. But the Badger defense still just overpowering. That defensive line, the front 6, the front 7, no time to throw, and really very few big gains at all.
It's tough for Air Force to come back in a game when they're equal with their opponent and maybe have some turnovers or something. Snow's a vastly superior opponent to Air Force, so and they proved it today, and we've talked about it. Again, if you're somebody who listens to all of these broadcasts with me and Gary, we've talked about this every game. You're playing a team that isn't as good as you, but you have to still go out and show that they're not as good as you, and the Badgers have done that. I don't know how. If I was to ask Coach Erikson what grade he would give his team, I don't know how it can be anything less than an A all 3 games. Maybe particular drives you could say, I could have done better on that drive here and there. But as total games, and especially 3 after 3 of them, after the 3 games, I don't know how you couldn't just say it's an A+.
Very tough. I mean, you had the 1 turnover, you had the fumble, so that's only the 2nd turnover in 3 games.
Yeah.
You were able to pick up several turnovers. You ended up, what did they end up? 1, 2, 3. Three fumbles for Air Force Prep, and they turned them away twice on downs. So excellent defense again.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if we got Coach Erikson.
No, looks like he's still over with his team.
Okay,
right now.
all right.
Yep. I'll keep an eye here too.
Okay, all right. So we do want to thank our sponsors that have made this broadcast possible. We'll run those down for you here real quick. Sanpete Valley Hospital, Douglas Dentistry, Little Caesars, Risk Managers Insurance, Cache Valley Bank, Utah Heritage Credit Union, CO Building Systems, Centricom, Manti Telephone, and Central Valley Medical Center. A reminder that coming up here on the postgame show, we will have the Little Caesars Player of the Game. Little Caesars makes their dough fresh in-house every day, and they use 100% mozzarella and Munster cheeses. Also, we'll have the Sanpete Steel Man of the Game. Sanpete Steel Man of the Game is given to a player who makes a tough, gritty play that changes the momentum of the game. Sanpete Steel is done right and on time. They've been supporting Snow College's tradition of excellence for a very long time, and we'll try to have the player of the game and the Steel Man of the Game coming up for you.
I can't give it to the entire defense this week,
No,
can I? Okay.
Please do not. I can't afford that. I'm still bothered a little bit. Like I say, you didn't chip in to give us the offensive, help us out with the offensive
You and Coach
line.
Erikson can handle it.
Oh yeah, well we probably can. So Coach Erikson joining us here on the post game show. Coach, great job after a Badger win. I see you've got Donnie Smith right there to your right. Great job from him. What did he end up with? 5 touchdown passes. So a good job from him. What do you got to say?
12 scoreless quarters. That's what I have to say.
Oh, yeah.
Our defense has played lights out. This is one of the hardest things that you have to do as a defense is to defend a triple option team like this, and they did a fantastic job. So I think that's the biggest thing that I'm the most proud of is we played 3 football games and still haven't given up a point.
45 rushes for Air Force Prep and a total of 61 yards. They only average 1.4 yards per carry.
That's just amazing. I mean, like I said, tackle the dive, tackle the dive, tackle the dive. We did a good job.
And the defensive line was in the backfield probably as much as some of the running backs for Air Force Prep.
Yeah, like I said, we're 2, maybe 3 deep at that defensive line spot. And so we were able to rotate every 3, 4, 5 plays, keep those guys fresh. Because it's no joke if you guys saw, you were watching the game, they're getting cut and cut and cut. And so that's a physical, tough thing to do. And so for us to be able to rotate 3 deep, that really helped us tonight.
All right. Coach, real quick, Lackawanna next week. You're going on the road. That changes everything. It's been nice to play here at home these first 3 games and be comfortable sleeping in your own beds. But the real test comes with that first road trip, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you go 2 time zones, it's kind of a big deal. And so, we've had some success there in Scranton before, but, that's why you got to play the game. And so we'll get out there, hopefully get acclimated, and then hopefully be able to get our schedule set. Because like I said, after the first game, this is a whole group of new guys. They haven't done this. They haven't been to the East Coast. And so we just got to make sure we get all that taken care of and be able to get to 7 o'clock next Saturday night.
All right. Coach, thanks. Great win for you, and we'll talk to you this week for the pregame on next week's game.
Okay, thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Coach. All right, we're going to take this opportunity for another quick timeout, give Greg a chance to collect his thoughts. I think I know at least one of them.
I already know what we're doing.
You know what we're doing?
We
can take it. All right.
No.
We've had plenty of commercials. I think we're okay. So what are you thinking? I think I know one. At least I know who I'm going to vote for.
I'm down to 2 for the Little Caesars player of the game.
Okay.
And Gary's going to be the tiebreaker, and he's going to decide this.
Okay.
Donnie Smith, 18 of 30, 243 yards, 5 touchdowns. So now he's completed 41 passes this season, and 12 have gone for touchdowns. It's amazing.
Over a fourth of your passes, touchdowns.
I would say either him or I would say Reggie Frischnick. 3 catches, 78 yards. Oh, they mark him with 3 catches. Is that right? I don't think that's right. I think he only had 2 catches. Two touchdowns, though. So, anyway.
Okay.
Those are my 2 in the running for the Little Caesars player of the game.
You know, and I don't. If you give it to one, you're gonna. I think the other one's gonna have a chance.
They're gonna win it sometime.
Hopefully, yeah. Let's go with Donnie.
All right.
I'm good with Donnie Smith. I like his numbers. I like his composure. He really only had a couple of passes that maybe he rushed or wasn't real pinpoint.
Mm-hmm.
He underthrew DJ Overstreet. I think he could have had him, but let's go with Donnie. I'm really good with that. All right, your steel man of the game.
Do you need to read the Little Caesar?
Little Caesar, sure. Yeah, I probably should.
They're paying for it. They're giving the pizza here.
For Fresh Pizza Fast, make a pit stop at Little Caesars in Nephi, Ephraim, and Gunnison. And thanks to the Little Caesars crew for getting us a pizza for our Snow TV crew out there, Ira Bowman and JC Rockwell, and who else we got out there? Dalton Ray. And Noah.
Dalton Ray back off his mission.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
He's out there helping us a lot. We appreciate
him in football.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, our steel man of the game.
That one's easy for me. Titan Saxton had an amazing game from his safety position. 8 tackles. Let's see. I was reading the wrong spot there. I apologize. Yeah, 8 tackles.
Okay.
1 sack. 3 for loss.
That's pretty impressive.
Game.
Half of your tackles were for a loss.
Yep.
All right.
He had an excellent game, I thought.
All right, Titan Saxon, our steel man of the game. And I guess I should read that too. Sanpete steel man of the game, given to a player who makes a tough, gritty play. I would say all of his sacks were tough, gritty plays. Changed the momentum of the game. Sanpete Steel is done right and on time, and thanks to Sanpete Steel, they've been supporting Snow College's tradition of excellence for a very long time. They're one of the major steel fabricators in the Intermountain West. So thanks to all of our sponsors that make this broadcast possible. Thanks to Coach Zach Erikson for making the effort at halftime and the postgame to be on the show here and give us some insight. Thanks to Greg Sterner. Thanks to Ira Bowman and the crew out there on Snow TV. For all of them, I'm Gary Chedester. Have a great weekend, everyone.
You've been listening to live Snow College Badger sports action on KMTI, the sports leader in South Central Utah. This sports broadcast has been brought to you by sports-minded sponsors throughout South Central Utah. Join us again for Snow College Badger Sports on KM.